I am the American Alpine.
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 I am the American Alpine Club.
We're Jetpack Stickers, and we're so excited to be the official sticker sponsors of Winterfest 2025. We're more than just a sticker and label company. We're proud to be a part of this community. We're your neighbors, your friends, and a team of sticker fanatics who love to support artists, craft brewers, and outdoor adventurers like you. Check out jetpackstickers.com or swing by our booth today. Let's celebrate the fearless competitors, the adventurous spirit, and the community that keeps us all stuck together.
When you come to Longmont, it's easy to see the beautiful Colorado outdoors, the parks, the trails, all set against a Rocky Mountain backdrop. But there's so much more to find, like a vibrant downtown, or a museum that's hosted exhibits from Picasso to Lego, or community-owned utilities that include reliable power, abundant water, and NextLight fiber internet, repeatedly recognized as one of the fastest services in the nation. So whether you prefer to spend time making a splash, hanging at the festivals, or on the trails, we think that you'll find Longmont has it all. Longmont, come for the outdoors, stay for, well, everything.
Colorado sun, you keep me warm. You get a little close sometimes, you leave before the storm. I ain't never built a life all of my own, but I'm glad I found a place I can call home. Ooh, what a sweet little life it is. I ain't ever built a life all of my own, but I'm glad I found a place I can call home. Yeah, I'm glad I found a place I can call home. Yeah, I'm glad I found a place I can call home.
Hello and welcome to the fourth round of the UIAA World Cup. We've moved continents from the European rounds to America, and the city of Longmont is hosting its first ever World Cup. We're based in the Longmont Climbing Collective, and as you can see, this field full of stalls, food tents, gear and more, and the walls are behind me. The gym itself is massive with all the facilities you'd expect, but the things we care about, the dry tooling and speed walls, are on the outside. Speed gets its own structure, and the lead wall, well, the plywood has been bolted onto the original walls and hoisted into the ceiling. Giant wooden boxes and blocks to create some 3D climbing. Expect Fig 4s and Fig 9s through there. So qualifying is done, semi-finals time. As usual, we're losing half the athletes. Let's see who makes it through into the finals. Well, welcome to the fourth World Cup of the year. And as I said, we're in America this time around, and it's time for the semi-finals for the men and women. Yesterday was qualifying for this semi-finals. Then we had the speed finals in the evening. You can go and check that for free on YouTube. Today we have semi-finals, a couple of hours of that. And then this evening in Denver time, we have the finals. My name is Matt Groom. I'll be calling all of the action for you today. And I have a few commentators, co-commentators, I should say, coming through. So this is the overall this is the start list, for the semi-finals. 17 women have qualified for this round. Usually we have 16, but we had some draws, so 17 have gone through. Kimiko is the lucky athlete to slip into semis. And as we can see, some big names. Caitlin Connor, a few early slips has left her down the order, but definitely keep an eye on her. Aneta Luchetska down in 8th. She was in speed last night. I won't give it away for those who haven't seen it, but we'll go and have a little look. It was an interesting competition. We had to battle a few things. Towards the top of the order, as we go down, Lorena Beck, the penultimate athlete out. Sina Gertz is the top qualifier. But again, some big names. Catalina Shirley, huge support from the USA squad here. And then for the men themselves, as we can see, the 16 getting through as usual. William Morris, another semi-final for the man from the UK. The Scottish Dry Tooling Club will be behind him as usual, I'm sure. Nice to say David Buffard in another round after he was competing in speed yesterday. And as we go down the list, Virgil qualifying in the top spot, down number 1. He will be out last here this afternoon, and Jonathan Arthur Brown and Nikolai Primov in the top 3. Keep an eye on Keenan Griscom as well. Nice to see him back in action here. We haven't seen him for a while. And Luna and Tristan. Luna especially had a very low fall during qualification, had to battle back on his second run, but he has made it to semis. Can he get another gold medal to his name? Right, that is the athletes who will be competing. As I said, my name is Matt. I'm with Kendra. Hello, Kendra. How are you doing this morning?
Good morning. I'm great. How are you, Matt?
I'm not too bad. I'm enjoying the sunshine. I was expecting freezing temperatures, but the sun is out and it's very warm out there.
Yes, we're going to have the opposite of freezing today, and this wall is south-facing, so we get a lot of sun. It's really nice when it is cold out, but it is also warm and sunny.
It is. Now, tell us a little bit about yourself, for those who don't know you. You're Team USA, right?
Team USA, been competing since 2012. Do a lot more of the organizing these days, but I'm competing in a couple of the competitions this year, and do lead and speed.
Nice. Well, thank you so much for... I guess you didn't technically host us, but I feel like Team USA is kind of hosting us here, so thank you so much for putting on such a great comp. Right, Linus Beck will be the first male athlete out. He's got his knot done. The isolation area itself is in the main climbing gym, and here gives us a little smile before dumping that down jacket.
Timing right now at the beginning of his route. This is Linus from Liechtenstein.
Right, and then for the women underway, Kimiko from Japan. She gets going. These athletes have had a long journey over to the US.
Absolutely.
With a bit of jet lag. Now, let's talk about the routes a little bit, Kendra, because the women's route especially, I saw some big moves in qualification. There seems to be less of those huge moves here, and the possibility for athletes to skip some of the holds along the way.
Yeah, and today they're really getting people off the ground. You can see Kimiko swiftly moving through that bottom section, and now starting into the slight overhang. This route gets progressively steeper as it goes up, and they're going to have a lot of decisions on where to go and what risk to take.
The word that keeps getting thrown around by everyone I've talked to is technical climbing, and it's something I know the route setters are trying to push for this, because it's a sport climbing wall. Usually we have slightly more overhanging structures for ice climbing, so they've really had to think a bit outside the box here.
A little bit, yeah. It's, I would say it's closer to an older Sauce Fe style before we had the big head wall there. And very technical. I think it's great to have this in the mix, though. I like the technical climbing.
I do too, to be honest. I like the fact we have different styles at different events. I think that's quite cool. It feels like a Formula One circuit.
Yes, I love that about this sport too, and that we see different holds at different locations, different setting.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Kimiko is doing a nasty matching wrap, it looks like. Pings out that right hold, and now looks like she'll move on. And Linus Beck is on these red, really shouldery moves through this sequence.
Yeah, that definitely has been a theme so far this weekend, especially for the men, is those shouldery Gaston to Gaston moves.
Yeah, they're cool to see. Right, shout out to some of our YouTube crew watching, and a big thank you to Melody Sarah as well, who is a regular. She's actually, apparently, I'm just reading the chat here. Melody is Sam Sarah's mum, and she's in isolation, but apparently she's still listening. So yesterday she was our conditions spy out in the audience. Maybe she can be our isolation spy, who knows. Melody, if you see any secrets, as long as it's appropriate, let us know. Right, Kimiko is resting, as is Linus Beck here. And Linus is entering a pretty tricky section. There's some big moves to come for him here around the corner. Oh, and he pops and goes! Now, I talked to the route there about that hole, and he says it feels okay, but there's 2 places on it. There's 2 holes. One is bad and one is good, and I think he was in the wrong one there.
Yeah, looks like that.
He is gone. Kimiko, meanwhile, has had her rest. Oh, but a big foot slip. It must be a pretty good Steinfall, that, to catch that slip.
Yeah, it's just behind that volume, but...
Right, into the green hole. You can see our photographer leaping into the shot here. Photography team trying to get some of the action. I'm not sure where the photos are being shown actually. Ice USA, have they got some Instagram photos?
No, they go on to the UIAA Flickr account, actually.
Oh, okay.
And there's pictures from all the competitions on there that people can check out.
There you go.
Share them on your socials.
I've never been onto the UIAA Flickr account. I guess no one takes photos of me, so I don't need. Thank God, it was like you can. Kimiko, we're not quite sure of time in a semi-final. We weren't expecting time to be a huge issue, but she does seem a bit slow here. She's setting herself up for what looks like a pretty big move to the green. What would you do here, Kendra, in this situation? Do you think it's just a big sort of static stretch, or would you pop for it?
Well, that's the question that's going to be going through all of these athletes' minds, because now that we've had these pops and the true dynos even in some of the competitions, there's always that question of like, should I go static? Am I supposed to go static? Or is this designed to be a pop and it's going to be a pretty good hold?
I do feel, and you might be able to correct me if I'm wrong here with this, Kendra, but I feel like ice climbing is quite reach dependent on occasions. Like, it feels like those with a big wingspan do have an advantage a little bit.
I would agree, and that's why in a lot of our citizens competitions we've started having height.
Oh, sorry, Kimiko plummets out of the screen there, upside down. I think she's all right. She was setting herself up. I think it just popped. Yeah, sorry, you were saying. Community,
oh, that's right. We've been using height plus wingspan categories and not gender categories.
Interesting. So men and women climbing together if they're the same height?
Correct.
That's cool.
So we have 3 categories. And yeah, so it's height plus wingspan, and then we make the categories. And we've actually, everybody's been climbing on the same routes, but it's harder for the shorter people, maybe a little bit easier for the taller, longer-armed people.
I like this. I had no idea that happened. And do the women ever beat the men in those competitions?
Oh, absolutely. Yep.
That's brilliant. I loved it in speed yesterday, the fact that the women and the men's time is almost the same as well. Like, there's hardly any difference between you guys. Right, who have we got here? Oh, I've lost track. I think this is Florian Gantner on the wall for the men. The fact I've lost track after one athlete is not great, is it? Yeah, we've got Florian here, and then Angela Limbach should be in action for the women.
We might have to get you some more coffee.
I've already had 5, I'll be honest.
Maybe that's the problem.
I feel it's the quality of the coffee,
Calling it out.
I expect a high-quality coffee, otherwise I can't perform. That's the most prima donna-ish thing I've ever said, I think, on a live stream.
You've got it recorded.
Oh, someone needs to rein me in.
Okay, getting through that shouldery move there. He's moving well.
Yeah, he's looking good, isn't he? Oh, we're wrapping the volume. And now kicking in, and this big move. Now, this is where we saw Linus, and he goes as well. So this is the thing, you reach to it, and I don't think you can see it from the ground.
No, I'm sure that you can't, and the holds are generally designed so that they're not easy to read from the ground as well.
The setter, I said, that's a bit mean, and he said, yes, but we did put a hold up in isolation to show them. And I was like, yeah, but you've put about 15 holds up, but technically they have seen this hold. And he's dealt with it pretty well, actually. Looks solid after that first little slip. Now this is a monster move as well. And he's only got the very tip of that pick. And he's got to do a huge move around the corner here. Avoiding the rope. You can't see this either, I guess. And there's no mark on the wall to tell him where it is.
Yeah, route preview is very important for these routes. The athletes need to make sure that they're seeing every hold during the preview.
Is he skipping this? Because there's that hold around the corner.
Yeah.
But he's looking to go all the way to the volume. When I looked at this morning, wow, I thought that's what the move was.
And he's off. So he caught it, but
it's pretty stretched out on that, isn't he, in that position? I mean, that must have been something he decided to do, obviously. But, I don't think he forgot about the hold around the corner. I think it was a decision. He says reading Florian's mind. We'll know. See? Right, Angela has made the first couple of clips. For both the men and women, the first sort of 5 holds or so were pretty straightwood. And then we've got our clock ticking down. It's 6 minutes.
Yes.
The route setters usually decide how long the routes take. Oh, that's a thin left hook. Double, maybe a double clip here. No, matching on that triple handle setup. Is that a double? Oh, it's an extended quick draw. I think I'd be clipping the second carabiner in that one. Just scaredy cat. Alright, big stretch here. Huge lock off on that right arm. Nicely straight though. Kicking the feet in. Trying to balance that body position. She's almost horizontal. There's a big stretch up and left on this. Wraps it. Good work. And makes this match Chia a little bit smoother than Miko did here. Miko sort of Houdini swap. So you can see our leaderboard on the left-hand side. 17 is our current high point. She's nearing that point. Delicate work here. And Kendra, just to explain this for people who don't know it so much, the white plywood, that's been bolted onto the climbing.
Yeah, screwed onto it, yep. And so that's what we're kicking into, and it's mostly protecting the sport climbing wall behind it. Certainly there's going to be spots where people have kicked through.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean...
There's a climbing wall owner somewhere who's going, what? Well, for example, here, I mean, it would be easy to kick in. The athletes were specifically told to try to not do that, obviously.
Well, and they'll actually be disqualified if they kick into the brown area, yep.
And is this, I heard a rumour this was staying up, but I'm not sure if that's true or not.
Yeah, it has been. So in September, we plywooded that right-hand side of the wall, and we've been able to train here with kick-in. We hosted a citizens competition in October, which had both kick-in and rock shoe dry tooling.
Oh, okay.
The intention is that this will continue. The community will get to try out dry tooling at this facility, hopefully we'll have lots of team training.
It's amazing. We are at the Longmont Climbing Collective gym, by the way. The Climbing Collective has a few locations. This is the Longmont one. And it is a massive gym. In fact, we've got 27,000 square feet of climbing. It's the tallest walls in Colorado, over 60 foot tall, and indoor and outdoor facilities. So right now, on the outdoor walls, Angela is looking like she's hesitating for the first time, really, Vic.
Yep. Starting to transition into these steeper volumes.
Wilson Whitley is underway. Team USA. A lot of people seem to like this young man. Like he's up and coming, I hear.
Absolutely. Very strong competitor. Wonderful human being. He's always positive and just taking it all in. So this is his first season on the adult team.
That's really cool. Yeah, he seems to be on everyone's good books at the moment. Is Wilson. See if he can put performance in. He's matching down low here. Remember, the clock is for Angela's time, not for Wilson. So gets herself set up. Keep an eye on both. Wilson's trying to fig four here. That was a big move as well from Angela. She's pretty close to that big box. You're not going to hit it, I don't think, if you fall off. I think it's just the angle of our camera.
Yes.
It looks like it's going to hit a head on it, but it's not quite like that.
No, it is way farther out. The overhang between the wall and these hanging boxes is a lot bigger than you can see from this angle.
Yeah. Charlotte Rose says, come on, Angie. She's supporting. Yes, friend, teammate, let us know. Yeah, YouTube, do keep your comments coming. I have it up on my screen. Any questions for myself or Kendra, we'll try to answer. And please encourage the athletes as well. This is the move that Kimiko fell on. So Angela is up to the 17. Due to countback, she should get the higher score. Wilson as well, he's trying to wrap that volume. I get why they do it. I just would imagine with gloves on, that's a really difficult wrap to do that.
Yeah, it's not does not feel secure when you put your hands on these volumes, but it's another thing that we've seen in other competitions where that was the intended beta.
Oh, right, we have 2 slips coming up here. Well, maybe for Wilson, because he looks in trouble. Angela says goodbye. Wilson's popped this move twice. The reverse grip gets in this time. Shaky stuff, but it'll feel better as he waits the end of that pick now. Working the feet up high, needs to make this clip. I think he might do it from the next hole, actually.
Yeah, nice. That's smart climbing there. Look at him. He's got the hip scum on that volume. And
just to prepare you, Kendra, we're getting questions in about scoring.
Okay.
I'm going to let you answer after this because you are better at answering it than me, to be honest. So get ready for a scoring question.
No problem.
Right, Wilson tentatively clips this almost. He needs to get that middle finger and does now. Right, that's good work. And he moves to 26. Really thin wrap match this.
Moving fast, but also moving.
And you have to match it with the Stein as well. Now, this is where we saw a fall before, and this is going to be fascinating. I think he's looking to go around the corner, I think.
Figuring it out, you just gotta go.
No, he's not. Is that what you do, Kendra? Would you ignore that one on the right?
When you get up there and they see that they can reach this next one,
yeah,
then yes, I think everybody's going to do that.
I do wonder if that was something the setters intended, that skip, or whether it was it's not what they wanted.
It's a great question.
Because, I mean, obviously, putting that hold around the side, ideally you want the athletes to use it, but you don't want them to skip it.
Technical proficiency.
So, yeah, it's going to be fascinating to keep an eye on that as you go through this men's semi. Big floor here, looks down at the clock. This is another huge move for the men.
Yeah, and being in a figure 4 going up to this, I think it's going to be really hard to get out of that figure 4 while pushing your body to the left to hold tension for the directionality of that hold.
So you think a bit of a rethink here?
Yep, he's out of the figure 4 now.
He's definitely got the reach now. Good spot by Kendra. Oh, he didn't quite. What he's aiming for here is a metal plate with holes in it, basically. You've got to be so accurate. It feels okay when you get it, but you're just trying to get the end of your pitch into the smallest of holes.
This is Wilson's first semifinals in the Adult World Cups.
Pretty good, that, isn't it? That's
very exciting.
But he wants a crowd behind him. He needs to find something. He'll reset and try to shake out here. Here's our current leader. The third athlete out. It looks like a position you could recover, maybe, if you shake out properly.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, he can stand on his feet there under that tool.
Misses it again, going with the opposite hand this time. It's better. All right, the women are underway as well. This is Rosalind Reynolds, another Team USA member. Good to see her in the semi-finals as well.
Absolutely.
Wilson is through, cuts loose, points on the board from him from now on now, and he needs to move quickly here. That took him a lot of time.
Yeah, we can see him moving with that urgency.
Yeah, we're not exactly sure at the time, but it will be pretty close to running out for him now as he drops down a little bit of traverse towards the left of the wall. And actually, maybe this is a good time for you to give a little points explanation. Would that be all right?
Yeah, absolutely.
How's it scored?
So athletes are purely scored on the holds that they control. So it's literally 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we also have a 0.1 and a 0.2 scoring. 0.1 is when you touch the next hold, but do not weight it. And the 0.2 is when you've weighted the next hold, but not released your bottom tool from the last hold.
So like there, and now he would get more points because he
Correct.
releases it.
Yeah.
And he is timed out, I think, so he will come down. He's on the top spot with 14 at the moment, but it's a low score. I think that might be surpassed at some point.
It was a great climb for Wilson,
You
though.
look good to recover as well. That was impressive, especially if it's your first semi-final. You can panic pretty easily, and he didn't, which was cool.
Overhead for 6 minutes.
So, do you train with Rosalind a bit?
I have. So I live in Minnesota, and Roz does live out here in the Front Range. So I came out a couple times this fall, and but the U.S. team is very spread out. So we're all friends. We do get together and train sometimes, but a lot of pockets of people training independently.
It's a bit of a hub around here, isn't it? You've got the ice coop in Boulder. I hear it talked about a lot anyway.
Yes. We have a huge concentration of our team athletes here in the Boulder, Denver area.
Roz has 4 minutes-ish on the clock. That clock is as accurate as we can make it. It's not directly linked to the clock the athletes see, but it gives you an idea if you're watching at home. So don't panic too much, but it's in the ballpark. Roz is down on 11, needs to get 17 at the moment. Melody Sarah says, go Roz. I love that Melody's in the isolation room, clearly listening to us, but she can't see any of the action.
She might be watching on her phone.
Yeah,
She's actually just outside the isolation zone, so she's making sure that no one's going in and out, and athletes actually have to be escorted to the restroom because it's outside of isolation.
That's why I didn't want her to show the phone to anyone. It'd be in trouble, so hopefully she's outside on that one. I'm sure she is. Roz is doing well at the moment, looking positive. She went straight from Korea to Japan at the beginning of the season for a bit of a ski. I was very jealous. But she's back in the US now. It's a side pull. Floating Stein. You can see by that ponytail hanging down how steep it is through this section. Melody Sarah did get permission, thank goodness. Thanks, Melody. I didn't want to throw you under the bus, Melody. I just thought I'd clear that up just in case anyone is listening. Diane saying, Roz, we love you. Yeah, Roz is getting lots of support, as you'd expect. On YouTube here, and she is moved up.
I think you should have got a ticket for going too fast.
It's drawing with quite a few athletes at the moment. This is one of the women's first cruxes. David Bouffard underway as well. Team Canada was in speed yesterday. Very consistent, actually, athlete is David. Roz using that, but I said it wasn't that close to her, but it's closer than it looks, actually. I still don't think you'd hit it.
No, and it's behind, like away from our camera, right?
But Roz, you can see the thinking. She wanted to stand on it, but that box swings around. It's attached by ropes, but it's designed to move. It's actually part of the setting. As the holds themselves change, Roz loses a foot, drives it back in. Whoa, my goodness, that was a skip.
Good thought.
Yeah. She didn't spend too much time trying to work the move out, actually. It was just
and she still had over a minute in time, too, so I don't know, maybe she was feeling pumped, and...
Well, that's the thing with a big lock-off move, you have to have some power to do that, and I guess if your tank is empty, you're done, you might as well try to jump. But I'm surprised she didn't shake out longer, though. David has made that techie move look pretty simple, actually. Searches for the rope, finds it now. And then this wrap that he will match.
It's always the interesting thing in semifinals and finals to watch the progression of the athletes and things that we're like, oh, that's going to be the crux.
Yeah.
Some of the more experienced or stronger athletes will just flow through those, and we're like, oh, why was that ever a problem?
That's so true. I do wonder whether that hold around the corner, is a hold. I mean, it must be because it's there. But it just seems like such an easy skip to do.
I also wonder if that's a hold that is stuck.
Yeah, maybe it is. Maybe because I did say to the setter, like, you go around the corner, but they might have misunderstood me, which is fair enough. Certainly that looks like a pretty easy reach up there. Anyway, regardless, David is through, sitting in second at the moment. So, Adam McCall's just said, yo, that moving volume is diabolical. Agreed. Oh, David, huge slip. It's interesting how he saw that left hook. I mean, this is the experience thing, right? Because Wilson took a long time to figure that out, and David's seen it pretty quickly. Oh, he's popped twice on that bottom wrap.
So he moved that second tool to a reverse grip, which we do so that you can use your bigger back muscles and reach further. So that's where he put his hand on top of the tool, palm down instead of palm up.
Yeah, you can see that right hand in the reverse grip now. That's what Kendra was talking about. He wanted to clip there, changed hands. This is good work from David so far, looking in control, coming up to about 2 minutes 40 left on the clock.
You know, we talked about the women having to decide whether or not they're going to skip. This section also looks like the men are going to have to decide what the strategy is through here. What's the sequence?
Because you could go all the way to the top green one, I guess, if you really get those feet, but it's going to be such a deep lock. Alright, kicks in, works the feet across. Bit of a shake. He's committed to the sort of the clock method of going around. Big drop knee on that left. And for the women, Sarah Lilly looks up. She's about to start her run. Have to match the tools on the bottom hold. She just checks with the judges to see if she can go, and she will get underway. David, very impressive. He might need to pick the pace up a little bit here. Oh no! As I said it, he falls with trying to clip. I'm not sure what went first there, tool or foot, or something popped. David's day is done. We'll have to wait and see if it's enough for finals. Remember, just 8 athletes make it through, so we lose half the field.
Definitely one to watch in this competition. She won this year.
So, Sarah Lilly from Canada. And we'll be going to Canada next weekend. Is the it's the final World Cup of the year next weekend. That's horrible. I don't like it when season's under. I feel sad. Yeah, we started in Korea in January, beginning of January. And coming up to the end of February, so 2 months of World Cups, and a lot of athletes, especially the European ones, who have had a big season on Continental Cups. This is the biggest season for quite a long time, this one.
Slightly interesting little factoid is if you've ever taken a whip on a rope and
through that rope.
Nice
and smooth from her.
I don't know how they're prying these knots apart once these guys take these massive whippers and just seize that
reverse grip on that higher handle for her.
So really want to give it up for our players.
What's that? You know that left tool? What's she actually in there? Is that one of those little metal?
I actually think that's a resin, just probably a single divot, not quite a divot, but a single spot for your pick to go into.
I like this on YouTube. Yuri, who's a regular, is saying, what are we going to do with our weekends after the championship ends? Yuri, go ice climbing, mate. I can't remember, I think you're from the Netherlands, so hit up Marianne, go ice climbing. Maybe we'll see you in the World Cup.
It's a great suggestion, but you can also just rewatch all of the live streams.
That's a good Yuri, but I think the thing is, I'm pretty sure he's watched them all. Like, this man is a very regular watcher. Yuri, have you seen them all? Are you missing some?
Maybe he can start giving notes to people.
I'll go say that. I'm going Instagram. I appreciate the notes, everyone, but not too many. All right, Sarah is looking up. Those elbows are going up a bit, maybe showing she's a tiny bit pumped here. Is looking a little insecure on that move. That volume created on the left, kind of bridging into it. Next to match on the high handle. Out towards the green. Hidden behind that triangular volume. Reverse grip as well for the wrap. He lost the tool then. And I love how delicate she is with that grip. Like, not over gripping, just with fingers holding on. She has a long way to go, and that time is ticking away, so we'll have to see. Right, for the men, Jorge is climbing. He was in speed as well. By the way, Jory said he's seen them all apart from the first ones, which he didn't watch live. But Yuri, did you re-watch them? Have you seen them? Or is this next weekend's plans? Not next weekend. Right, where are we at here? So Yuri with a big move up towards the Reds. Shoulder moves to come here.
So Sarah's
So what were you saying? So Yuri into the shoulder moves, makes this match. He has a look towards the yellow floating hole thing he's got to go to next. Sarah, meanwhile, has been on this kind of sequence for a while now. Needs to commit. Big move up, though, to come. And she does slip. Yeah, looked shaky the second she entered that part of the wall. Sort of lost a bit of confidence, a bit of something. She can't make that. I'm not sure that's going to be enough for the finals for her. Jorge, meanwhile, moves those feet up nicely to stand tall as he's on the volume. He's the only member of Team Spain here.
They brought a large contingent of youth to the Youth World Championships 2 weeks ago in UIAA, Colorado. So it was great to have the robust and loud.
Is that what it was? Loud.
Team Spain, yeah.
I like it. Yeah, it's cool to see Team Spain. I was chatting to them at the beginning of the season because they've got a big squad when they want to bring one. And, you know, obviously you think of Spain, you think of rock climbing, or I do anyway. But, you know, there's big mountains there. There's definitely opportunity for them to be one of those teams that starts to break through.
Absolutely.
Jorge instantly in with this left hand. It's the way to do it, I think.
Look at that deep lock off with the right arm.
And then hands in action, and he positively kicks in now and into the volume. That's looking good. That's the clip. And you can hear some bells ringing, and that is because Catalina, or Cat Shirley, has been making her way across to the wall, I think. No? Isn't it Cat next? Oh, Cat Collars! Sorry, I read Cats. Being an idiot. Well, anyway, the bells were for Cat then. Oh, hey, falls as well, just before the top. Yeah, so Cat Connor, than Cat Shirley, got a big reaction. Part of the Scottish Dry Touring Club, part of Team GB, who have brought big squads to all of the World Cups this year. Hiro says, what happens to the belayers when they drop their axes? Do they have a little shelter? Good question. No, they don't, basically. They have a helmet and they have their instincts. So you just want to be careful as a belayer in this sport. It's a little bit more involved than in sport climbing.
Yes, I did the briefing for some belayers before the competition, and that was my main point of difference between the sport climbing competition belaying and ice climbing is falling tools.
It's one of those things, because if you were belaying on rock, something drops, you look down. You know, you don't want to look at the rock as it falls, but with ice climbing, you've got to be looking up all the time to belay, so it's scary. I wouldn't want to do it.
Certainly some extra risk.
Yeah. Right, Cat Connor is underway. And I think her teammate Tabitha, who's a fantastic commentator, she's just 15. She's been commenting. I think it's her. If it is you, Tabitha, I miss you in the commentary box. I've heard more things about Tabitha than anyone else. Caitlin looking good here.
Alright, I heard a rumor we might have some Ross Reynolds fans.
I think Caitlin's mum and dad are watching. That is awesome to hear. Ika Smith.
Awesome. I'm going to let her introduce herself.
Up she goes towards the reds now, creeping towards that 17.1 that is Roz's high point.
I climbed for the USA. Awesome.
Gets into the higher grip on the axes, upgrades the feet. Hits this pretty nasty left-hand axe move here. She's one of two GP climbers in. Her teammate will be competing. Oh, there's a big old... Come on, Bela, let's go. Let's catch up with this rope, please. There we go. Cool. Yeah, the first draw is pre-clipped to stop the athletes hitting the ground.
If you're not familiar with the ice scoop, that's here in Boulder. And so you climb.
This is Andreas Gantner underway. Now, Andreas, I was a bit worried about him last night because he did something to his right wrist. I don't know if he sliced it, punctured it, something. I thought he was in trouble, but he seems to have fixed himself up there.
Yeah, from walking by and seeing it, it looked like somewhat deep scrape.
Okay.
So I don't think it was like...
not a puncture.
Not a huge one, it didn't look like to me.
Oh, but he does pop off.
Yep.
So, who knows if that right wrist was causing him problems, but it was last night, certainly. Caitlin doing well here.
So we've seen other women match tools on that hold, and Caitlin has just gone for matching hands on her tool.
Oh, a bit insecure with the feet here. Hips very, very low.
For Caitlin Connor up there.
really kicking in as that volume to come on the left. For the first time, she's working hard here. Still keeping a nice loose grip on that tool as she makes the match. I think she's in the volume with that left foot now. All right, up again. These green holds have proved pretty draining for all the athletes so far. Again with the match, 12 is her score at the moment, 17.1 the high point. Comes into the next wrap. I think that was smart. She just took a bit of pace off it, knew it was a tricky section coming up, dealt with that well. And sits back down to rest. These front points digging into the plywood. And there is her teammate, William Morris. He was my commentator in France a couple of weeks ago. Very knowledgeable guy. He's a coach for Team GB as well as a very good athlete, making 2 semi-finals in a row now for Oz. Sorry, not for Oz, for Will. Down as William. Everyone calls him Willis. So I think we'll stick with that. Cool Safari is saying, is there any difference between the blue and white plywood, or is it just aesthetic? You talking about the volumes, right? You can see there on the main screen. I think it's just aesthetic, isn't it?
It is, yep. A lot of these volumes were used in the 2019 Denver World Cup as well, and they've been saved. Eldorado Walls has helped with both structures, and these athletes are having to make so many decisions on how to take the holds, which way to use their tool. Do they match hands? Do they match tools? Body positioning. There's just so many decisions being made.
Yes, there is, and time is ticking away as well. Look at the women's clock down at the bottom right, about a minute and a half. And she's up to 17 though, but this is the women's middle crux. Willis up towards a tricky move as well. Will he be accurate? He isn't the first time. Is the second time. Is he in the right hole though? Wiggles his way, he's shaking on that axe.
I do think that the left side of that hold is that better position.
These are, by the way, the two founders of the Scottish Dry Tooling Club climbing at the same time. So Scottish Dry Tooling Club, if you're watching this, which I know you are, you just hammer that heart button or just send some love their way, please. So Kat, with a box that's swinging, will she use it? I think it's too far away to use.
I don't think it's helpful. I think you just need to stay on the steep wall and...
Yeah. Willis with that massive reach up as well.
Come on, Caitlin.
She's going for this big move, but slips down. This is a real sticking point for the women, this move.
It really is. And, I'm sure we have a lot of women to come, though. We're going to see people get through this.
Yeah, Sina Gertz is going for the quadruple? Triple? I forgot how many she's won. I think it's quadruple.
I'm not keeping track.
I'm pretty sure it's 4 in a row Sina Gertz is going for, so keep an eye on her. She has got a neck injury, but doesn't seem to be slowing her down at all. She will climb in last here. Willis, meanwhile, is looking smooth, isn't he, at the moment? Hits the clock section now. He's getting hearts from the Scottish Dry Tooling Club. Thank you, guys. Feet very, very low here. He needs to come into that bottom side pull. Almost a down climb. Well, it is a down climb really through this section and then back up again.
Yeah, and the down climbing takes a lot of core and body tension. And we do this on some of the shorter structures to add in, just extra moves, wear out the athletes before they get into the overhang.
I'm tired just watching this, that low climbing. Yeah, uber fit everyone on this circuit. Willis picking up the pace now. He's got time, but he's a happy boy, isn't he?
Now, but remember, this is where David popped off.
Yep, but he's nearing the jump, and we haven't talked about the dyno in this route yet, but it's a monster. And these moves coming up, this is what the setters told me is unique movements for the athletes. I have no idea what he meant by it. So I'm interested to see these unique moves. Maybe you can spot it. Is this weird? I guess it's the way you get your feet up onto that volume, maybe, that strength. Maybe you're palming down, like mantling. Yeah, look. I like that. It's kind of outdoorsy. You're in between two features, but he pops. I like that. Willis is happy. He's in top spot, 17. That's great work from Mr. Morris. Yeah, well, that leaderboard hasn't been updated yet, but he will be at the top of it. Yeah, the dyno, right. So the athletes will come up. They can sit on the volume up there if they want to. I doubt they will. And then you have to jump forwards towards the audience, which I think is one of the coolest sounding moves. One I don't want to do at all.
So can you tell us about a climber and athlete?
Yori is saying that looks like normal climbing. How dare you use the word normal, Yori? This is normal. What is normal? No, I know what you mean. A mantle is pretty font-esque, isn't it? So Willis will return to the isolation, which is through those doors behind him into the main climbing wall. And another member of Team USA is out and about, Lindsay Levine.
How do you handle the pressure and some of the nerves?
By the way, if you want to see the USA team and how they warm up, go to my Instagram. Saying, is this okay? Yeah, I got this behind-the-scenes video. You guys, were you in that video?
No, I wasn't.
Okay. Just doing some kind of group dance. I was well impressed by it.
Give it up again for all our semi-finalists.
Right, Lindsay starts her semi-final then. Good to see her in a semi-final.
Absolutely. Lindsay competed as a youth and has taken a little bit of time off and is now back this season competing in the adult competitions.
What are her fruit boots? They look like snowboarding boots. They're really thick. I don't know, I've never seen them before. Alright, powerful moves down low, looking confident. It's not too bad down low, you just want to move through these moves quickly. Yeah, just like brand I've never seen. They look comfortable. I want them. Had our own fruit boots. So 17.1 is Caitlin's high point. And then for the men, Tyler Howard is tied up and ready to go. His teammate Speed was joining me in the commentary box yesterday for Speed. Someone's telling me they're Boreal fruit boots. Thank you very much. I'm more into the
They
gear,
used to.
It's terrible, isn't it? So she's wearing old school fruit boots. Oh, I like that. Limited edition.
I knew that they were a brand. I couldn't remember what brand they were. So I was just keeping my mouth shut at that time.
Yeah, Frederick said, I love it. There's now just the chat is full of shoes. It looks like skateboarding shoes. Yeah. People are enjoying this. Screams from the audience. Yeah, we've got a big crowd here. The field behind the climbing wall is full of tents, sponsor tents, gear. You can partake in throwing axes at a wall, which I really want to do.
There's a vendor out there who is 3D printing like replicas of you. He takes a picture, a scan of you, and then you can get a figurine, like a superhero figurine of yourself.
I don't think my ego can handle that. If I make myself a superhero, I'll be in real trouble. Like, it just can't be done. Yeah, there's loads of stuff. There's a jetpack down on the field.
There is.
Yeah.
From a sticker company.
From a sticker company, of course. It's logical marketing. So, where are we at here? Lindsay is on this tricky sequence that's slowed everyone down who's got to this bit. Tyler, meanwhile, so fast through those hard moves down low.
I know my eyesight's not all that great, but I have absolutely no clue.
Tyler's a very talented and experienced athlete on the circuit. Trains a lot.
Yeah, Kendra, I think that's got to be a stuck hold on the right because it's on the wood, isn't it? So you can't kick there anyway.
I think so.
Yeah.
Decoy for the commentators.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly did ask the route side to this one. I think there was a language miscommunication in that.
That does happen a lot around us.
It makes me look very silly when it happens.
Well, we have so many different languages. We generally communicate a lot in English, which is obviously yours and my native language.
It is.
But so we can take for granted that people understand what we're saying or are giving us accurate English back.
Exactly. Okay. Tyler is trying this stretch. He hasn't quite got the range yet. Needs to find a bit more lock off on that. And Lindsay makes the match on this tricky hold here. Got to really commit, lean back, trust it. Oh wow, 6-4. from Tyler here. We're not sure about that, are we?
Nah, it's not the right beta there.
Because it helps you get higher sometimes, but not in this kind of a movement. Not through a volume like that.
Right. It's going to be really hard to hold that and come out of the figure 4.
Because usually it's a kangaroo hop, as I call it, your foot up. But he can't because he's been pushed back away with that volume.
Yep.
But I wonder if he's got the beans to pull it off without that. Meanwhile, Lindsay is stuck as well on this Stein. And we know the longer you hang around here, the more chances of pulling. She signals the crowd. She wants a bit of support. Up she goes. She missed it that time. Very close, though. She's a powerful climber. Tyler's throwing himself for this move. The clock is ticking, though. Lindsay gets it. All action here.
Most of the men have had success with going up with the left arm, and Tyler, we have not seen Tyler do that yet.
He almost made that fig 4 work. Oh no, he falls.
Yeah, coming out of that was the problem.
Yeah, because you still got to get your foot over your foot arm. Oh, I can't speak. My arm over your leg to get out of that move. Lindsay did really well, though. Her launch did pay off. Not a lot of time going down, though. Can she do it?
So Lindsay is approaching the high point here. We see that she has got that foot on the hanging volume. She's looking to skip up to the next volume again also. Moved back onto the main wall. You can just see how overhanging this is. And if she can catch that next volume, she's just going to be swinging in space.
Oh, she's swinging in space now, though. Back to the ground. Dodges the axe. That was a good effort from her, sitting in third. So she will return to the ground, and the adoring crowd will be screaming up at her.
So she is in third because she didn't actually touch that next hold. And so that's the difference that we're seeing is the other two climbers did touch the next hold, gets them that 0.1.
Yeah, we should mention at this point about appeals. So in the same way as in the IFSC series, appeals can come through from coaches and athletes. Often for a semi-final, that won't be resolved on air, so that can be sorted out after we finish talking. So we will show you the provisional results, just be aware that that can change sometimes. Right, Luna Ladevant had a fairly early slip. In fact, I think like a second draw slip in the qualifications. Fought back on the second route. And he's had an up and down season. There was drama in Champagny where he was kind of the favourite in front of the French crowd. Couldn't do a move. Kind of got flustered and panicked a little bit maybe. So we'll have to see which Luna is here today. Certainly ready to go, isn't he?
This is their first World Cup. Can you talk a bit about how you train?
Things are very tight for the men and women here. No one really breaking through the early cruxes. So Luna matches the first hole. He's one of two brothers. His brother will come after him. Nicely underway here. He'll know it's pretty easy down low.
Activity on the wall at home. Lee, can you tell me an athlete here that you admire and why?
Alright, makes his way towards the red sequence. Shoulder moves. Luna is a very powerful climber, though. I'm not expecting him to have too many troubles here.
Kendra Stritch has always been kind of a big supporter.
Looks left and right, trusts the shoulder, leans into it. He goes for the wrap. It's a nasty one. Cool Safari says, Ale Ale Luna. Yep. Champagny had a wonderful World Cup for us a couple of weeks ago. Very different from here. We've had venues all over the world, from sort of the Korean ice falls to the forests of France to now the outskirts of the mountains here in Longmont. Luna having to work hard from that move.
The voices are coming from the interviews are occurring over to the right-hand side over at the stage as the competitors.
Big lock off with the right arm and a bit of a drop knee. He goes up with the hands. Now he won't get points for that.
No points, but it's legal. You have to take the hold with your tool to get those points.
But I wonder what Luna's trying to do with that, because he's got to change it into a tool to make the next stretch. I think maybe just he was adjusting the feet a bit.
Yeah, working up. Many of these people are strong rock climbers as well, and they feel you get more physical feedback when you take it with your hand, right?
Yeah.
So it feels more secure.
Sometimes a way of testing the hole, isn't it? Just to be like, okay, here's what I think it is, and commit to it with the axe.
Sam, I think a lot of...
He's through. Big stretch up. Just the tip of the pick there in action.
You've got some folks that are going to be
Eagles the left pick out. Luna looking comfortable at the moment. Willis is leading the way with 17, and there we have Haruki. Team Japan. And we're nearing the halfway point for the men and women here. Men climbing slightly quicker due to some earlier falls.
We do have 17 women in 2 semifinals, you might notice. It's because we had a 3-way tie at 15th, and we generally take 16 athletes, but when we have that tie, we have to take the extra people through.
The judges make those tricky decisions out there. Luna's all a bit underneath this volume here. He's made the move, but now needs to get his feet into the volume. You can see it's tricky. He's kind of maybe should have done the foot movement before. Now he's trying to make some space for that foot, gets it in, okay, and then immediately relaxes. And Haruka, one of the shorter climbers, she might struggle with a big reach in the middle of this route. Luna hits the wrap. This is the section that Willis was so happy to get through. And we're going to swap around commentators in a minute. Stretches out left. Yeah, Kendra will be swapped for Milan in a minute.
Our climbers are awarded points for each hold they make it to. If they
good work from Luna. He's up into the top 4
now. These look like fairly good holds, these greens, but you have to stay quiet, stay accurate on them. Any movement of that tool will just spit you off.
That's a really good point, Kendra, actually, yeah. Because, it's the movement that throws you, isn't it? Because you move position, your axe slips, and that's it, and gone. And it's why it makes those swinging volumes particularly tricky to climb. Because obviously they move. So very hard. Haruku is unassumedly climbing her way through this route really nicely. She got through the section that a lot of people have paused on without hesitation. Looking good. Luna has 2 minutes, plenty of time. What is that move that Luna is doing? Like, what?
I was just
what
going to
is
comment.
that? I don't know what to call that. It didn't work.
The over the top.
Yeah, like the backwards wrap. I don't know. He's now using
over the top Gaston.
But I mean, we said this is the move that the athletes hadn't done before. So
but we saw Willis just move on to that one with no problem.
Yep, true. Luna doesn't like it though. You can see what he's thinking here. Use it as like an intermediate and then go all the way right. But I don't know if you can trust that left axe enough. Keep an eye on Haruku as well. She's resting before the huge move for the women. This is where everyone has fallen off. Haruku hits it first time. That's a breakthrough for the women then as she's up. Don't lose it though. You can. Oh, not a breakthrough, but she did the first of the hard moves really well. And Luna is also through. He has gone for that disgusting. I mean, what is that? It's like an over-the-top reverse grip side pull thing. What a dictionary. You can invent some words, Kendra. Right, mantle thingy to come then. Has a look. That left axe is the dodgy one. Gets his arm involved. Haruki, meanwhile, setting up for possibly the big jump to the barrel. But Luna's the first one to look fairly steady here. Just hands. This is the hold you can sit on. That big volume. And Luna moves into the top spot. Haruki, meanwhile, looks like a little bit stuck for the first time here. And we might be about to see the jump, though, the dyno. You can sit on that volume. Oh, look at that. Haruki makes the big stretch up towards the barrel.
Excellent.
Doable then if one of the shorter ones can do it.
Absolutely. And she just, she has a lot of experience, been competing for many years, really strong.
So 2 high points. Time is ticking. Luna will have time for this jump. Gets himself set. That's cool. Nearly missed the left axe. Drops the right into it. Smooth stuff from Luna Ladavant as he goes upside down on the men's route. Look how much that's moving.
Yeah, those big doors, we've been calling them, move so much. I think they really have to start using that momentum. You can't fight that momentum.
You can't, and it's designed for it here. Sometimes they tension it really hard to stop the movement. Here they've decided not to do that, so they want a bit of swing in there. Can Luna top out? He's more than capable. He's got a bit of a way to go yet, though.
Haruko's trying to make this reach across the hanging tube, and it looks kind of blind for her there.
It does, doesn't it? And he is, I suppose. And those holds are covered, a few of them. That's, I guess, for the final route later on.
That's what I would guess, yeah.
Yeah. You don't want the athletes to see it, but I mean, they are right next to it. So. Luna is up towards the top. It's really hard to keep track of where he is on this wall here. Is that's some crowd confirmation maybe? Is there a move to go? Is that it?
That was maybe timeout.
Oh, maybe, yeah. He was on 13 seconds for the jump, wasn't he? So I think he has been timed out. He'll want the clip in, though, before he does that. So that's not a top for Luna. He did get timed out, we think. I don't think he knows that yet.
Hype in the crowd. Haruko is still climbing. She did get that next hold, and now she's got to move back onto the main wall.
Oh, yeah, she's trying to go almost backwards, isn't she?
That was just beyond impressive.
So let's stick with Haruko on the main screen here. There are 24 holds for the men, so his 21 is below that, so he did get timed out. Haruko, this is so strange, isn't it? Maybe this is the sequence, because some have tried to go to that, but maybe the move is the jump, and then you go back left. Haruko's got to be close to her time, though. What is this as well? It's like...
I think that's like the lips, I've been calling them. Like it's a resin hold, and then it has like the big dish that comes out from it.
Wow, she's done well. Haruko possibly climbing her way towards a finals place here. She'll be tight on time, though. It will be easily in the top spot. Nearly fell off that wrap. Gets the wrap in again. You can see that quick draw swinging around. Now gets it. Not quite again. It's right on the stretch. She's in and then did get timed out, so she's not using that. Haruko climbed herself possibly into a finals place with 8 athletes go. Right, Kendra, we're halfway through. I think we're going to swap around with Milan. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you for all the work you guys have been doing behind the scenes as well. I saw you carrying ladders earlier on. I was just swanning around with a coffee, so thank you for all the hard work. And I'll see you later, Kendra.
Take care.
Multiple people get to
Right, well, as we hit this halfway point, 9 men have gone, 8 women have climbed. 7 women have climbed. We have Aneta Luczetska, who will be coming out after Haruko, and then Tristan Ladovat, number 2. He'll be out and about. So Milan is coming to join me in the commentary box here. He's part of Team France, and he'll be able to tell us all about Mr. Tristan Ladovat, who is having a little preparation. So we'll swap him around. Milan's been wanting to do commentating for the last couple of World Cups. We keep missing each other. So Milan, welcome to the commentary box. How are you doing today, sir?
Great. Happy. I watched all the first climbers. Just watched Luna crushing it. So
he was good, eh?
Yeah, quite happy.
What do you think of the men's route?
It looks quite tricky, I think, like more than most of the other World Cups. Mm-hmm. It's the first time I see Luna struggle that much on the beginning of the route, like was hesitating a lot, taking back the hold with hand, and usually he's just crushing it really fast. So yeah, I think it's quite tricky. We've seen a lot of early falls, so
we have, haven't we? Especially off that floating sort of yellow hold.
Yeah,
a lot of pops there. You've got to be careful.
Yeah.
So Tristan, tell me a little bit about Tristan, because these two are like the powerhouses of the French team a little bit.
Yeah, it's like a bit the mentor of the French team, you know, like he's the one doing it for the longest time, so he has a lot of experiences, and yeah, he always has the good advice, so most of the time not as good as Luna, but he's always here to shine.
I'm glad you said that. Starting a war between the brothers. I don't want to get in the middle of them, so you can say that.
Yeah, that's very peaceful between them.
They are good friends. They go on expeditions together, they travel together, but Tristan nearly popped that right axe there. We saw the bubble of Aneta's helmet. She walked across the screen just now. She'll be about to go on the women's route. Tristan, this is the section he needs to be careful on.
Yeah, for sure. We've seen like these 3 holds are the nightmare of the Liechtenstein team.
Oh, it is a nightmare, isn't it? That left axe popped.
Yeah, it's been with the experience kind of saved that move, like putting all the weight directly on the right side. But yeah, it's the kind of route we had yesterday in qualifications. A lot of intellect, like holds with metal plates, really small holes.
When you say intellect, that's the type of hole.
Yeah, that's a type. That's a brand of hold actually, and there is the metal type that we have. So it's either a metal blade with small holes, really small holes, just for the tip of the peak, or it's smaller teeth. So it's not really good, but if you keep the tension, it's the good side. It's good, like every other dry tooling holes.
Yeah, it's about knowing how to use them, and it's why we see experienced athletes often do better here.
And it's also kind of a old school hold, like they've been out for almost 10 years, and it's been a few World Cups since we haven't seen a lot of intellects, and now it's a comeback, like the guy like Tristan and Luna who are doing a World Cup for 8-7 years, like they have the experience to climb on these holds.
Right, Annetta underway. Now, Annetta did manage to put a crampon into her leg yesterday. Was limping around. I think the adrenaline has carried this through. She's always one of those athletes. There's usually something going on at some point with Annetta.
Yeah, it's always the struggle of doing speed and lead at the same time. You know,
well, she did it in lead, in qualifications.
In lead? I didn't know.
I think fully stood on her own leg, so she's dealing with a bit of an injury, but so are a lot of people. Tristan, meanwhile, has this weird move.
Yeah, he did... not really a good placement for clipping, but he managed it. And so we saw Luna also trying to take this one with the hand, so we'll see. I don't think it's the beta to take it with the hand, but if you can put back the tool and then do the move.
His brother did the same thing, so they obviously read it together.
Yeah, actually when we are in isolation, like if all the French team is there, all the French, we read together, we draw the route together, but then it's quite a good mood. So if we hesitate, we are everybody's friend. We go to another team, we ask this hold, they ask for another hold, and
so you share the knowledge between them.
Actually it's quite friendly. It's not like people think it's a war in isolation. It's quite cool.
I want a bit of a war though. I want a little bit of
You want some drama?
Yeah, I want a bit of drama. I'm an actor after all. Right, Annetta is cruising at the moment, but tricky moves to come for her. Doesn't look like that leg is causing too many problems. And Tristan is looking a little smoother than his brother, but Luna got really far.
Yeah, less hesitation. But I think, I don't know, but Luna got timed out way before.
Way before, yeah. He was on 21.
He didn't hear, did he got the hold for the dyno?
He got the dyno, I think. It was about 13 seconds on the clock when he did that.
Okay.
That time isn't 100% accurate, but close.
We'll see. But for the moment, he's a top 8, so good for finals.
Good point. Yeah, he's moved into... Tristan moving to 6, his brother at first with 19. Annetta's slowed things down a little bit here, has to. There are hard moves. And up she comes into the second of the wraps. Oh, that was dodgy, but she's just got it on now. Moves the feet through.
Yeah, we also saw quite some early falls on the women's. I was more watching the men's side, I was on the left, but I was hearing all the US girls climbing and all the crowd, which is super happy to cheer outside.
Yeah, they are, the crowd. We're in a sort of a commentary box away from the crowd, but you can hear them screaming out there.
Yeah, there's maybe one of the World Cup or the World Cup where there is the most crowd.
Yes, I think so too.
Even more in qualifiers than in finals in other World Cups, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, tickets are free, but you do have to get a ticket. I heard there were 2,500 tickets given out for this event. Annetta in a bit of trouble, as is Tristan here.
Tristan just saved his way.
Yeah, Annetta had a bit of a moment as well. And Tristan does not have a lot of time, about a minute on the clock. It's funny, it's not the longest wall here, and yet the athletes are getting timed out.
Yeah, actually I think the route setting changes a lot between this competition and the others. Like, we can see it was a 2 Korean route setter and 1 French route setter.
Yep.
And they tried to do a really physical and bit richy moves.
See, I had a debate with an athlete about this, and I was saying how I think especially for the women's, we've seen maybe 2 easy routes recently, and I want to see them fight a little bit.
Everyone wants a harder route.
Yeah.
And now we can maybe focus on Tristan, because I think he had to touch still 2 holds to go into finals.
Yeah, he's running out of time. Annetta with this drop knee, which is a bit of a red herring. It doesn't really help this, and she's in some trouble now. Needs to drop that foot off on this match, and she fell in qualies on a very similar move, so this will be in her head.
Yeah, she's a bit worried.
Oh, that's powerful to do that. I have no idea how she did that.
And now I think with only 4 seconds, is Tristan saving his way? I don't know if...
Keep an eye on both of these, because Annetta, that's well done by Annetta, but that right foot is terrible.
Yeah. So we still don't know if the time is quite exact. Does Annetta, she still has time?
Annetta does. Tristan says, our clock says he's timed out.
Yeah.
And I can't hear him being told, to be honest. But
yeah, the crowd is so... there's so much noise outside that you can't hear.
But I have been told by the voice of my ears that Tristan's been timed out. So Tristan's done his score on 15. Annetta, meanwhile... this is very blind as you can't see it, which is tricky. Where is it? She doesn't know, does she? It's not there. That's not what you want. That is, though. Come on. Wiggle it in. There's the hole. Now she sees it. Oh, that's not on anything. She's in real trouble here.
I think it may be this.
Do you reckon that's it?
Yeah, I think it's a Korean hold.
Oh, I thought it was the hole in the middle.
No,
You're right.
I
She's
think
on
it's a screw hold.
She must be very close to the high point here on this one. We'll try to get a leaderboard up. Yes, she is. Right, she's moved into the top spot.
Well done.
That was cool. So 19 for Annetta. Lots of athletes to go here, but that was a very well-worked sequence through the box.
Yeah. Annetta is always the kind of climber who's climbing really good and really physical move, but not the fastest.
No.
So she's always good to qualify on semis, but then in finals she never is the fastest qualified, so it's good to see her express herself on hard moves and routes like this.
Yeah, she wanted it, but this move is hard. We saw Haruku get it. She must have been timed out because she's not the leader. Annetta has about 5 seconds. She'll look at the clock. I think she knows it's done.
Hyping the crowd.
That or just desperately trying to get unpumped, I think.
You can do both at the same time.
That's true. Get the style points as well. Well, I think she's been timed out here, so yes, she has. So she's going to try to reverse this somehow. She won't want to drop those tools. And this is a bit of a nasty one. A good fall for Annetta.
Okay, maybe. So top 9 for the moment for Annetta?
Yeah, which is... It could be. We'll have to see. There's lots of athletes to come, though. Yeah. Okay, Mr. Benjamin Bossard is out and about. Now, I know he's not French team, but he is Swiss team, so you must climb with him.
Yeah, he's a really good friend and just won his first World Cup, so he deserved it a lot. So we'll see what he can do on this route. He's spent. We know for a few seasons that Benji has the potential to win. Like she's a really good climber, and so he's starting. You can see on the finals there are people that are starting to climb high, and then there is Benji, Luna, Virgil that put all or nothing to just win the World Cup.
And he did, right? Benjamin.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. He won in Champagne.
Yeah, exactly. So his first gold medal.
Yeah.
After that slip from Luna, sort of opened the door for him. Yeah, Benjamin, can he make it 2 in a row?
Yeah, hopefully.
I certainly want to see him in finals. Right.
He's been a few competitions since, for maybe 3 years. Luna is really dominating the scene, and it's always like, if Luna climbs his best, I can't win. But if he does a mistake, maybe.
This hole, let me just describe it a bit. It's like a circle, a metal circle. There's no real edge on it.
Not really. It's like a hole. You can maybe jam it like a crack, but like this, the position is really physical to do.
But it's interesting because the hold is in isolation and it's in that direction as well.
Yeah.
And I tried to use it and couldn't. I'm not very good.
Yeah.
But my point is this is a real vicious hold.
Yeah, and we saw all the other people going high handle, I think. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if this was the smartest decision to do with low handle, but Benji has the physique to do the move, so it's good.
So you mean because it's low, you'd have to put a bit more power into it?
Yeah, if you're low handle, you're more far from the wall, so you have to be much more physical to get higher on the hold.
Okay, yeah.
So the next move causes no problem to him. But here we have a really 5-move tricky section where we saw a lot of people or fall or struggle for a long time.
He's matching this. That's interesting.
Yeah, actually, I think most of the people haven't saw that there is a hole on this ball. Like it's a Krukonogi ball, like a metal ball, but there is a small hole on top.
Okay.
So
that's why not many people have been matching it.
Yeah, I think I saw just Tyler Howie taking it. But it's the same with if you hook it, your tool is closer to the wall, and if you take the ball, it's more far. So again, it's if you have more physics, it's maybe easier. But yeah, he's doing this kind of mantle pretty easily.
Yes, he is. He's such an instinctive climber, is Benjamin Bossard. Just kind of knew what he was doing with that hold, trusted his instincts.
Yeah.
Right, clock sequence to come. Lots of time as well. Tristan was running out of time at this point.
Yeah, he was. The run of Benji is impressive for the moment. He's really quick.
He'll be full of confidence after that gold medal. Look how strongly he drops those feet down.
Yeah.
Wraps the right hand on the reverse grip.
That's good. It's like in the qualification, we had a few down climb moves, which we don't see really often, because obviously the goal is to go up. But it's interesting because mostly we train on our spray walls or things like this. So in spray wall you can go up for 20 meters. So we do a lot of down climb moves. So it's also good to be able to do them on this kind of competition.
Agreed. All right, well, he's on the lowest point of this down climb now. Needs to start going up here. 2 minutes on the clock. Luna's 19 is the high point. Works the feet through. High wrap.
Yes, so, and we can also tell that on this competition we had a lot of new holds, like maybe 4 or 5 that are brand new Korean holds. So everyone there are maybe 2 holes in these semi-finals, or the only time they have touched it's in the spray wall for the warm-up in the isolation. So it can be a bit stressful also. You don't really know what is the limit of the hold, where it's gonna slip.
Yeah, and look how much he's committing to it as well. Right, underway, you heard the bells ringing. Corey from the USA is climbing.
Yeah, the US team with the girls, they have put a lot of girls in semi-finals. They are ready to hype up the home crowd, and I think Benji is skipping the hold that Willis took to go on the volume with the hand. That might be a smart decision.
Yeah, we'll get him back in a minute. Right now we're sticking as we
have 2 Corey.
Yes, we've got 2 of Corey here, and there is, so he might have skipped that sequence. But regardless, he's through towards the jump, and he's still got lots of time.
Yes, still 1 minute, so if he doesn't miss the jump, which doesn't seem that hard, he can take the lead.
He's facing the wrong way though, needs to turn himself. Now he does. I would be terrified, I'll be honest. Like, this is a face, you've got a big drop underneath, you've got the audience, you can just see the mountains.
Yeah, for sure, but you have so much adrenaline and everyone is screaming at you.
Oh yeah. Jumps into the sunshine, doesn't he?
Same as Luna, they tried to jump with both tools, but it's a small hold, so you don't have to be surprised when the hold only is on one arm and the other is it's not good.
Yeah. Oh, he pops the foot though, swinging away. It's like something out of...
So Benji taking the lead with still 20 seconds left, so...
It's very Mission Impossible, this.
Yeah.
He's swinging around high above the crowd. Keep an eye on Corey, who's really climbed smoothly here. She's got plenty of time. Benjamin Bossard moves to the top spot, 21. He's going to get timed out before the top. So time might have been called here if you can hear it. It's very loud out there. And there, I heard that time being called.
I think it seems like the really difficult part of this semi-final is the vertical wall. Huh?
Yeah.
Sometimes you say like, oh no, it's not that hard, and then it all plays in the roof. But right now, the 2 people that have gotten to the roof climbed it quite easily. So.
I think it's the feature of this wall. Yeah. It's techie climbing. It's it's different. I like it.
I like it also. It's good to have a venue that changes. If all the towers and the structure are the same,
it's boring, isn't it?
Yeah, it's boring. It's not that fun.
Plus, I get a bit lost when it's all 3D and upside down. I don't know where they are on the route. With this one, I feel like I know more.
Okay, so.
This is the big move. She's wanting to go left. You have to go onto the box. And this is where we saw Annetta do that crazy move on the box itself.
Yeah,
Which maybe that's the way, because she's the only one to have... Oh, Haruka got through. Two double pops. The first one went and the second one pinged. But she's happy with that, as she should be, because that's near the top spot.
Yeah, good climb. I think so most of the athletes fall around this hold, so it's not an easy one.
So 8 women to go. And remember, we're looking for just 8 finalists. There were 17 women in this final instead of 16 because of draws.
Yeah,
sorry, go on.
No, actually, I think the placement of the volume, what Aneta did, I don't know if the route was route set like this, but it's a good possibility. Like you have a huge foot on the right.
Yeah. She had to have crazy core strength to do that, because she's doing lock-offs with a moving surface.
We know that Aneta is one of the most physical girls on the circuit, doing one arm pull-ups and everything. She's quite strong.
Yes, she is. Right, Noah Bergman gets a big reaction.
Noah, which is a really good climber from the US team. Like he stopped for 2 years and he said, I go back for one last season, and did all the semifinals this year. And he's really strong and has the potential to go to finals. So let's see how he deals with these tricky moves at the beginning of the route.
Right, he is underway. Makes the match. Good moves down low. Someone's asking how the weather is. It's very sunny, to be honest. I brought all of my cold weather clothes and I haven't needed any of them. The sun is out, the snow is melting. It didn't make for the most smooth of ice speed finals yesterday. Go back and watch that, but skip about an hour and a half in. Just a little tip for you. We had some issues, but it was a good competition eventually.
Actually, they didn't have much luck because we were here 1 week before the competition. It was like -20 when we went here. And the day just before the comp, it got like crazy warm. And that's always the problem with the speed competition. Even in Champagne with towers where in lead we had ice.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have luck and sometimes you don't. So it's always the tricky part.
Exactly. I just want to give you everyone a Melody Sarah watch because I think it's funny. She's apparently manning the beer tent now, so she can be online. Melody, just take one of those beers and put it to one side, okay? Because after finals tonight, we'll be needing some in the commentary box. If you just put them under a table or something. Right, Noah looking very positive as he comes up to this hold. Yeah, the way he moves is interesting. He's just commits to it. Super smooth.
He's really confident on the move. Like he plays a lot on the up to the limit of the hold. Now we went to the ice scoop, this gym.
Oh, as we said that though, he loses it.
Yeah, it's the curse.
He looked completely in control until that pop.
Yeah.
And this is what happens with ice guy. It gets talked about a lot, but things happen. And I think as an athlete, you have to go. Sometimes I fall off.
It's even Luna in one of the qualification routes, he fell at the 5th hold yesterday. So it's also the thing I think we all like about this sport, that even the best can fall.
It's exciting to watch, isn't it?
Yeah,
because you never know.
And even more, the more it's evolving, I think the more it's like this. Because in the past we had like people really dominating the sport, being strong. And now if you look at even the European Cup circuit. Actually, you never know who's going to be in finals. You never know who's going to win.
It's a good point, actually, mate, because also the general standard has increased.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's got better, especially the women, actually.
Yeah.
You can see them being pushed more by setters, and it's really cool to see.
Yeah,
right,
for sure.
This is Junko from Japan. Just 8 remaining now for the women.
We had also 2 Japanese, I think.
She falls super early.
Well, it's the earliest fall on the women's semi-finals, I think. So 2 Japanese girls in the semis, and we have Keenan starting, the bad boy from the US, the one that can win the medal here this weekend. So let's see what he's doing.
Yeah, he's very strong boulderer. And I just wanted to let you know I don't think Aneta's score, by the way, is going to count. I'm not sure if we can see a scoreboard, but I've been told that it's not going to count, so I don't know quite where she stands for that.
Well, can check out the results.
Yeah, have a little look, because that might change things around on the leaderboard. Apparently she touched a volume or something and has been downgraded. So I'm not sure what's going on with that one. They're only asking because she's currently sitting in the top spot, so obviously that makes a difference to who makes it through. Right, Keenan then. The strong man from the US will pull on.
Yeah, no, for the moment, she's first with Haruko.
Yeah.
But we'll see if things change.
Yeah.
Maybe it's also the little problem with the structure of the sport that there is not one competition without reclamation.
Yes, I have my opinions on that, and I'll keep my opinions to myself.
I know.
So Keenan is underway.
Sometimes it's heartbreaking. Yeah?
Yes, that's a good way to describe it.
Yeah. I think all the athletes wanted to go in the same way.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully it will be evolving.
I would be very on side, put it like that.
So Keenan moving also really confidently on the beginning of the route. Hopefully not as confidently as Noah, but
yes,
I think he will crush it.
Is this Keenan's first World Cup? I think it is. I haven't seen
this
him on
season,
circuit.
Yeah, Keenan.
Apparently he was studying. That's what I was told.
Yeah, he was studying. So did a smaller season than last year, but he's going to Edmonton also. He did UIAA Ice Comp, which he won quite easily. So now we'll see how he climb on this wall.
It's a tough ask though, isn't it? You're on some of the hardest moves of the season, and it's your first one. So baptism of fire for him. Vivian Labrielle is underway for Switzerland. She's had up and down season, been close to finals, made a few.
Also made a pretty good season in speed for the moment. Mm-hmm. So only one of the two World Cup climbers from Switzerland doing lead speed with Jonathan Brown. So Sina and Benji are only doing lead, and Nikolai also.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so,
some specialists, some not.
Yeah, it's also things to... Keenan just got on the blade, then on the ball.
He looked strong through that move, didn't he?
Yeah.
Very powerful stretch up.
Yeah, the duo is also something to think about, because people on the live never know, but some people are doing the speed the day before. Like yesterday we had like a 1 hour and a half delay.
Yeah.
So you go to sleep late. It's hard to rest for the next day. So
yeah, it is exactly. I mean, yeah, they want to do it because it's prize money. It's it's another sport, but I think as the sport progresses, we might see more specialists.
Yeah, for sure.
But we'll see.
But we already have a lot of lead specialists, I think. But for the last years, countries like Korea, Iran, Mongolia, we have a lot of speed specialists that only do speed.
Yeah, they're coming, aren't they? All right, so Vivian is nearing the first of the cruxes. Keenan just looking super powerful out there.
Yeah, I think the style suits him really well. Like hard move, physical, bouldery type,
Yeah.
So,
he's a very good boulderer.
Yeah, he did up to V13, 8B.
Yeah.
So Keenan spending all his summer, all his training summer, it's on boulders outside in the US. So now Keenan is a really strong boulderer.
Yes, he is. But has he got the tool power at the moment? Drops the feet down low. Techie stuff to come. Vivian doing really well as well. Super smooth. No drama from her.
Yeah, in a few moves she will get to the crux part of the women's semis, and we'll see how she will manage to climb this. So, yeah, don't have the time, but I think for the moment Keenan is one of the fast climbers. Huh?
Yeah, he's moving,
I don't think
isn't he?
he's really slower than Benji.
Yeah,
so
2 minutes 15, so he has got plenty of time. And not many have got through the jump, only 2, so he's got some potential to make finals here. No, well, he will be in finals because there's not many to go here. Just 3 for the men. But this is a nasty move. Keeps a really low right knee as he tries to put the weight onto that front point. And Vivian as well is stood up on that box nicely.
She's also using the big box as a foot. She's not thinking of taking back like Aneta did, but she will try to do the OG beta.
Yeah, by the way, I have been updated on Annetta's situation. She still is in the finals, but she has been downgraded her score. I'm not quite sure what the volume was that she wasn't meant to touch, but anyway.
Yeah, maybe she went to the screw hold first. And Vivian going to the volume first also.
Yeah, she's going for the big jump, isn't she?
Yeah. And
maybe you can't... I don't know, yeah. I'll try to find out what volume. I'm fascinated now.
And so, I don't know, maybe Keenan didn't take one of the hold with the tools, so it can be also risky, because if you go directly to the volume with the hand, holds with hands don't count, so you can go higher than someone else, but fall, and it's the last hold you had with the tool that counts. So
he was trying to hook the edge of the volume there for a sec. Pushes now.
It's a weird situation.
He needs to turn around, I think, before doing this jump. Surely he's going to jump backwards. That's so risky.
That was a sick move by Keenan.
It was sick, but it was ridiculous. It's like a backwards jump.
I don't think I think it's easier, for example, than the dyno we had in the qualifiers yesterday.
Yeah, okay.
So I think if you're if you climb well on dynos, you can go like this, and for sure the crowd is going to like it. So yeah, Keenan still will maybe take the first spot, huh?
He's got a couple of seconds to go.
Yeah, still 10, so now he's the same point as Benji.
Yeah, and Vivian's done really well. Should be finals for Vivian as well.
Yeah, so maybe... Oh, good climb from Keenan.
He drops into the second shot. Really cool. Well, Keenan with a big smile. That is finals for him on his first World Cup. Good work from Keenan. Such a shame he couldn't do this season. You just kind of feel that he might be one of the ones to take the win, you know.
Like the last World Cup he did, he finished second. So
stop going to school, basically. If you're listening, kids, school's not where it's at. Be a professional climber. That's the way to financial security. Vivian on this big move out left here. It's really nasty, this. It stops pretty much everyone. Well, it stopped everyone. Misses the wrap. She's in top spot, though, with 19 at the moment.
Yeah. So it will be interesting to see the top climbers with Sina, Catalina and everything, and Marianne, who are maybe more physical climber, how they manage, if they manage to pass this section. Maybe the semis are too hard, we'll see.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, with Sina Gertz is coming. And Sina is on just amazing form at the moment. Yeah. This could be the quad for her gold medals. So Vivian is done. Should be enough for finals, though. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 women and 3 men to go. The men climbing a little bit quicker due to some earlier falls. I'm trying to... let me just look at my piece of paper to find out when finals are. So finals tonight is at 4 o'clock, so fairly early. Presumably that's more time to party later on.
Oh, sure. And now we get the Swiss Armada with Nikolai going after and Johnny Brown.
Yep.
Nikolai, who didn't manage to do a start of season as he expected, I think. Missed out the semis in Saas-Fee, then in Champagny. And then yesterday was in an incredible form, like got really high on both qualification routes. So we'll see. Nikolai is one of the really strong climber. We had a discussion with the French team a few days ago, and we were like, he's one of the men who deserve to win a World Cup, but never did.
So it just needs to come together for him somehow. And you can see how sunny it is out there. He's squinting. And I find it, I have quite sensitive eyes, right?
Yeah.
And I find the white really bright.
Yeah. The day before the comp, when we went to read the qualification route, it was impossible to read without sunglasses.
Yeah.
I can't even look so at the white
wall.
That,
I agree, and it's right in the sun as well. Okay, so Nikolai needs things to come together. He's puffing out. He looks so tired already on this.
And we'll see. It worked for Benji. All the Swiss team have the same tools, so I don't know. Maybe it's a sign of good luck.
True. Yep. I don't know if they're all sponsored by the same acts, but
Benji is sponsored by Ice Rock, and I think Johnny and Nikolai, they just bought them.
Just want to shout out to sponsors. Our main sponsors, Camp, the climbing equipment. City of Longmont, the Georgia Boys Barbecue, excellent pulled pork, I've got to say. Left Hand Brewing, nice beers, not much I'd know. Maxim Climbing Ropes, fantastic ropes. Next Light Internet, fast internet, and Visit Longmont, which is different from the City of Longmont. Visit Longmont is encouraging people to come here and experience some of the wonderful outdoors and nature that surrounds us. So thank you guys.
And also some of the top spot climbers here are also sponsored by Camp. We have Virgil and Keenan on the team.
They make great... Oh, look at that super early fall from Nikolai. It doesn't come together for him again.
Yeah, it's kind of unlucky. I didn't know he was on the right hold and he just popped off the left hand.
Yeah. So his season just not...
Yeah, the same as Andy Gattner.
Yeah.
It's
tricky. Right, Marianne is on. Qualified a little bit lower down, but she's having an amazing season. Every finals. Doesn't do speed, so more of a lead specialist.
No, she did speed for a few years.
She did, and then...
But now, she's focusing on lead. Exactly. Marianne is the same kind of athlete. You know she can win a World Cup, but it never really comes together.
Yeah.
So...
but she's so close, you feel.
Yeah, I think we saw her a few times winning semis, winning qualifiers. And then in the final, it never comes together, maybe the pressure.
Well, in Chambéry, I know she was really disappointed with that result. Came out last, qualified in first, had a slip, and although she's done really well, she wasn't happy, obviously.
Yeah, so we just... it will be really interesting to see her on the hard move from the box, because she's a really physical climber, and maybe it's the kind of move that she will like.
Hopefully so, right. Well, she's got... Can she be the first one to unlock it?
Hopefully.
That'd be cool, wouldn't it? By the way, this volume thing, I'm still not sure what happened, but both Haruku and Aneta apparently got downgraded by touching something. I don't know what they touched, but that's what's going on. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll see. It's always... you have to ask the good questions when you do the reading of the route. Like, can I touch this? Can I use this? And...
yeah.
Sometimes what you feel as a touch for the judges is a use.
Yep. Yes.
So
they have a tricky job, but it's there are.
Yeah. Sometimes it's not that bad, but when it kicks you out from semis or for finals, it's not the same.
I'm with you, and I'm being very political here. I'm not saying anything. Right, Marianne into the sort of floating stein here, but there's a bit of a head press, so she can put something against it.
It's kind of a... not a placement where you're really sure, because the head is half on the volume and half outside, and you know that if you move a little bit, it can go out. So Marianne, for the moment, quite easy on this first move, and now she gets to the point where...
this is the hard bit, isn't it, from now on. So, good work from Marianne. She should have time. For the men, Jonathan Arthur Brown is waiting to pull on, just waiting for some confirmation. Yep, I think now he can go. Yeah. And it's another very, very strong climber from Switzerland.
Yeah, so I think it was a route set like you have to go to the volume, because you see Marianne, she's on 17, then 18, and 19 is the hold where Vivian was. So if you go directly to the volume on the left, it's a good skip, but I think harder.
I've worked out now why they were downgraded. I don't think they touched the hold, they touched the volume.
Yeah.
So when they say they didn't get the score, what they mean is they touched the volume the green hold is on.
Yeah.
But not the hold itself.
Yeah, I think it might
that
be
must
this.
be it, right? Yeah.
Okay, and Marianne doing an intelligent work by keeping her feet on the big volume.
She's got the reach, she's quite long, made it work well.
Yeah, quite long and smart on the placement. And now we can see also Johnny being on the last hard moves.
Right, so Marianne is upside down here,
so
locked in.
Yeah, we could see with Nikolai on the right side and Andy, it's not given for anybody. So we can hear the crowd cheering up for Johnny.
Yeah, they're going for it. He looked a little shaky on that shoulder move for a moment, but he got through it well.
I think everyone looks a bit shaky on this move.
They do, don't they? Very powerful and quite low down for such a physical move. Yeah. Marianne, meanwhile, is not enjoying this too much, this move. That's the points, though, it should be, is it?
We just have the score.
Should be the point one.
On the hold, so we can't really see, but
yeah,
she's a bit more stable than the others. So maybe if she can find the sweet spot on the hold... it will go way better.
Yeah, there we go. Now we can see the hold. And it's just such an awkward thing. It looks big. It's not. You've got to be very accurate. It's kind of behind you.
I'm really sorry because I don't really know what is this hold. I check out a bit the route, but no, it seems like she's in.
She doesn't know either, does she? I mean, it's there.
Oh, that's a risky move to go from the...
It was like a magic trick, this is. Look at the core strength. That's ridiculous. I mean, look, she popped it. Oh, that's nasty. Hope she's all right there. She was inverted, hit her back on the wall.
At least the 0.2, I think.
Should be, shouldn't it? And full commitment from Marianne. That was magic. She just hung in the air then.
And then the switch from the low handle to the right handle is kind of a risky move, but it worked out pretty well for her.
That's ridiculous. YouTube was enjoying that as well.
Yeah. And now Johnny...
Yeah, I feel like we haven't talked about Jonathan at all.
Yeah, we were so hyped by the moves of Marianne.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, Jonathan.
It's Jonathan also doing speed.
Yep.
So I don't know. I think he wasn't qualified for finals yesterday, but I think he went to support Vivienne during finals.
Right,
so
feet get dropped down.
Let's see what he's able to do on this route.
That axe is moving around a lot on this hold. He's got to be careful.
No, yeah, we can see normally if he falls even here, it's enough for finals because there's only Virgil to climb. So kind of new heads on finals like David Bouffard. His last semi was like 3 years ago, I think, and now he will normally qualify for finals. So that's really good.
Just to give you an update on Marianne's that back slam, she was saying that it obviously hurt. I think she's okay. She managed to leave the arena walking out, so I think it will just be a bit of a shock, but she should bounce back from that.
Yeah, I think so. She has a lot of muscles in the back.
And we are being told, actually, that might be another downgrade situation for Marianne. Apparently there's something... Oh, Jonathan falls. Yeah, so this is, the update on the volume situation. Apparently there's a bit of wood round the back. Yeah. So both Haruko and Aneta hooked the wood rather than the hold, and that's why they were downgraded. Whereas Marianne was obviously into the hold. That will count. So hopefully that's volume gate cleared up for everyone. That was a long process, wasn't it? Right, Emir McSwiggan, who is one of my favourite athletes on the circuit. Not only is she absolutely lovely, she's a beast.
Yeah, and she's been here for quite a long time.
She has.
She has quite her style, a unique style, but it works out like almost podium every year, I think, on the World Cup. So she's been really consistent. But I think also they never managed to win a World Cup. But
no, she hasn't.
A lot of silver, bronze medal. Almost every time in finals.
She makes me laugh as well a lot because whenever I walk past her where she's getting ready for competitions, it's like, you know how some people organise their stuff into little piles?
Yeah.
Her little pile is spread throughout the athletes area. It's like a bomb has gone off in her bag. So she's one of those.
Yeah, I think a lot of athletes are the same on the circuit.
But they climb well, so that's good.
Not the most organised.
Yes, exactly. I think I'll probably put myself into that category, to be fair. All right, Emir then. Can she make another finals this year? She's had such a good season, climbing for Ireland, the only member of Team Ireland here.
Yeah. So now I want to know if the Frenchies are in finals.
Oh yeah, you check that.
Because, for the moment Tristan is 4. So actually we have Keenan, Benji, Luna, Tristan, Willis, Johnny Brown and David Bouffard.
Willis is in the final still?
Willis is in the finals.
That's awesome.
He did a pretty good run.
That's really cool for Willis. What a performance he's having.
No, go on.
No, I was just going to say he's had a really good couple of comps. Did well in Champagny.
Willis is a really strong climber.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same as Tyler, putting up a lot of things in his home country for ice climbing, and I think Tyler, Kempney and Willis are the 2 examples of people that created a real team, structures and competitions.
Yeah, they've left a legacy, haven't they, for other people.
And we have Emir Arnaud, but on the other side we have Virgile Devin, which is starting, who I said is one of my really best friends. We train together, so...
he's a machine as well,
He's a machine, and I hope to see him in the finals. He won the qualification, so...
Has he been disappointed this year? Because he's come close, but hasn't quite sort of finished things off yet.
Yeah, it doesn't work good every year. But I think he wasn't expecting last year to win in Sasfe, and it turned out to go pretty good. But we are talking, he did like 2 top 10s for the moment. So
it's that classic thing, when you win a comp, suddenly people think you should win more comps, you know, and it's like the pressure piles on a little bit.
Depends of the people, you know. I think, like for me, I had to do this to take off the pressure of me to be able to climb good on the competitions. If you climb with pressure, for people it works, I think, but for me it didn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, Virgil is really confident, like he knows where he wants to go every year, and he's really crushing it right now. So we'll see, hopefully goes into finals and hype the crowd.
Exactly. Well, fingers crossed for him. Emir, meanwhile, is nearing this box section. She's got more modified tools this comp. The handles have been adjusted, so the middle handle you can see has been extended a little bit. Yeah. She's got these personal tools where she designs them, that's made in Korea.
Yeah, it's we don't see a lot of people climbing on them. I think we have in these semis we have Catalina, her, and Wilson. Actually, it's a really specific kind of tool, like really aggressive, and with 3 handle and the third handle, which is the more high. It's really aggressive, and you can easily pop off hold. But it's if you are happy to climb on them, then it's good.
Yeah, once you're used to it, I think. And she's certainly been climbing them a while. Right, Virgil hits the left hand move. Now this is powerful on the shoulders as he tries to create some space for his feet. Emir, meanwhile, is nearing the move where everyone has fallen on. You can see the clumping of athletes up there for the women.
Yes, no. This is where everything plays. I don't know if it's already good for Emir because we have still a lot of girls to go.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, isn't it? She's up to where everyone else got to.
Maybe she's 8 at the moment, or 7, I don't know. But she got... Yeah, I think it's a weird hook. Like you really have to have the feet high to have it good.
Yeah, I wonder...
The moment when you swing your legs from the box to the wall, it's challenging. I swear we saw Marianne fall.
Yeah. No, exactly. We saw that magic move she did with the hand swap. Emir struggling with this as well. She got it for a fraction of a second, but then it came out.
But she's also going directly with the high handle.
Oh, it bobbles. I was about to say how good her patience was there, because she was just waiting for it to sink in, not forcing the move.
It's also kind of the athletes who shake off, but they have kind of an endless endurance in the wall. So, and I think we were not watching, but Virgil is kind of crushing it and qualified, I think, for finals.
Yeah, he's looking good, isn't he? Mantle move to come. Look at those elbows, though, going up. He's like a bird on the wall here.
Moving really confident. And I want to see him do the jump. And I'm pretty sure he will hype up the crowd after.
Boy, if he gets the jump, Emir is running out of time. She's been upside down for a long time. So patient from the Irish athlete.
Good right now.
No, it goes, and she's gone, and that's the.
Still the bad fall.
I'm not. Yes, it's a bit of an odd bit of setting, that one, to be honest. I think she's okay.
So now let's see Virgil and the dyno. We can see we have a lot of people using more or less the holds with the hand on this vertical wall, which leads also to an interesting point that we have some really strong rock climbers on this ice climbing scene, but also some way less stronger. So it's kind of cool to show people that the same as Benji and Luna, only one tool.
Yeah,
but it's cool to show that it's not only you take a strong rock climber, he goes on the sport, and he's on the finals directly.
Yeah, he's done so well. I mean, third already, so smoothly in. So we'll see Virgil. I'm glad we get to see Virgil later on. I think
So, I don't know what's about the time. No, it's still 50 seconds, so Proud of him. He's in really good shape. Maybe getting a bit of pump here.
Yeah, he's trying to rest. Axe buried into what is a good hold, but of course you are upside down.
It is really...
how did he save that?
Good DTS save.
Yeah, drops onto the tool.
Yeah. Virgil is really like smart. He learned a lot about the Koreans of reading the climbs in the roof. Like actually, when you have the video, it's really strange to imagine you in the roof and how you do the figure 9, figure 4, in which order.
Yeah. It's hard to see it sometimes, isn't it? It's like to read the sequence.
Yeah.
Well, he goes again across. He's run out of time on our clock, so he'll be close to getting timed out. He's in third at the moment, but that will mean that Keenan will qualify if things stand in the top spot for the men. We'll try to get the top 8 for the men at some point, just to let you know, but we'll definitely be showing you after the women have finished climbing. So the men are done, the women's rounds to come.
So yeah, pretty happy. We have I'm not in, but we have the 3 other Frenchies in the finals, so quite happy.
Look at that, look.
And now we have the other local crusher.
Yeah, Kat Shirley looking icy cool out there, just takes in the crowd. And this must be amazing. Like, I cannot imagine climbing in front of your home crowd. I mean, you've experienced it.
It's crazy, like climbing in Champagne was really a good experience.
Just to quickly interrupt, that's our top 8 on the screen. So David Bouffard squeaks in with just 15, low scoring.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm really happy for him.
Both Ladavans are in. Willis is through too in 6th, as is Jonathan. That is a good final.
Yeah, it's really good. We have like 2 unexpected heads with Willis and David, and all the others are kind of the classic finalists, but it will be interesting.
Yeah, I like that. Ooh,
maybe full French podium, huh?
Yeah, good. Well, big claims from Milan, the Frenchman here in the country.
Yeah, I'm doing the bets in the commentary box.
All right, Kat. A lot of expectations on her shoulder right now. YouTuber behind her, the crowd are behind her. She's one of the favourites here. And I'm expecting her to get all the way up to that volume.
Yeah. See how she deals with this move.
She's tall, she's powerful, she's smooth on the wall.
So I think she was, she qualified 4, and then after there is Olga, Lorena, and Sina, which qualified first place. So,
so they're ahead of her. Listen to that support. The crowd truly awake now as we come up to 10 to midday. That's our top 8 for the women.
And still we have 2 climbers in a row with the same tools. The Korean tools that Emil used, you were speaking about. But I think Catalina still has the old version. I was talking with her yesterday, and she said she had them since 2019 or something like this.
Wow. Well, the exact same tools?
I think so, yeah. So she's used to it now.
Yeah, well, this is it. Ice climbers kind of get a bit fanatical about their tools, don't they? You know, you can feel the little changes.
Yeah. Like change on the handle, on the peak, and once they find something that they really feel comfortable about, then it goes on and they win World Cups.
Yes. Alright,
so for the moment, except the few early falls, we haven't seen a lot of people struggle before the first 15 holes. So
yeah, the set has told me that the bottom of the route is pretty easy for both the men and women, and we've seen that, I think. But it ramps up as you get higher. But Kat looking completely in control at the moment. Makes the match, gets in the draw. Work to do, but she's currently got 15, and she needs to get round about to 20-ish, 19-20 to get finals here.
Yeah.
So quick. Look at the time. It's like 2 minutes just to get to here.
I mean, sometimes when you read the semis or the finals, you can say if it's really bouldery or if there is one crux move. Sometimes you know that you don't have to rush, and if you just time out, it will be enough to pass to the next round.
Okay.
But sometimes, actually, you never know when you're not on the wall. but you can tell, and sometimes you know that you really have to go fast.
I love this camera angle. It's the first time we've really seen that angle.
Yeah.
It just shows you how steep. And also the box looks like a ledge from some angles. It's not.
Yeah, no, it's pretty overhanging.
Yeah. All right, this is the business move here. No one's got past it. You've got to stretch all the way back to the wall.
Ooh.
She's not in that.
No, I don't think so. No, she's in the sweet spot.
And it changes because the box is moving as well. She's locked in now, but this is the move. Ema spent about a minute in this position, but couldn't do the move. Can Kat Shirley work this out? Back and forth with the legs, trying to get the right position.
Fully the last climber from the US team climbing on the semis right now. So everyone is screaming for her, and looks like
that's the
crazy.
First. She bossed that move. Unreal from Kat there.
Local legend.
Wow,
that was crazy.
It just looked easy, didn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
The amount of core to lock that off is crazy.
And if you're used to the hold, you get the good training and you directly know where to go on the hold. It's what she did, and she didn't spend much time on the box.
And she's got so much time.
Yeah, still 2 minutes, maybe. I think we're gonna see our first stop.
I think we should. Kat Shirley has turned the switch here.
So actually, this shows that girls have a lot of time for this route. I mean, Kat is one of the fast climbers, but still only one hold to go, and still almost 2 minutes. So
looking great, isn't she?
Yeah.
All right, big move though here to get to the final hold. She doesn't need it, but she'll want it, and it's a monster. Whacks it.
Nice.
Needs to match it.
Oh, come on, Kat. There was some really technical roof setting.
Yeah, well, she's going to match it. That should... I don't know if she did match that. She touched it. Did she match it? She doesn't care, though.
So, but for the moment, she has the hype on, so really good. Yeah, actually, I know that on the route setting team, most of the vertical wall were set by the French route setter.
Okay.
And
Niels.
by Niels. And all the boxes and the roof were set by the 2 Koreans. And it's a bit like everybody's setting in what he's specialized.
Their strength, Well, Kat Shirley looked icy cool at the beginning of her run. She's full of smiles now. She has the high point. It's set at the top. I mean, I guess she touched it. I thought she had to fully match it.
I think just it was stuck so hard to get the two tools out. Yeah. But no, pretty steep climb from Catalina, which is she's showing the city of Longmont that she's not here to joke.
No, exactly. She's here to win this thing, and she just might, she can keep it together.
And we saw her hug Marcus Garcia, and Kendra,
Kendra was my co-commentator earlier on, so she was in your position.
And Marcus was a setter, organizer, former competitor. So I know him for a few years, and he's really pushing also the sport forward. In the US, so it's pretty cool to see him on the organization of an event like a World Cup.
Yeah, super cool. Well, Ema will have to step down from her top position. She was sitting in the hot seat. She'll give that up to Kat. Did you enjoy that, YouTube? I know there's a lot of comments through people who were enjoying that. Melody Sarah thinks it was fantastic. Cool safari match or not, that was sick. Jory, she's in a league of her own. Yeah, agreed, guys. We echo those feelings. Well, that is our backdrop. You can see the mountains in the distance covered with snow, and then we hit the foothills and then these plains stretching towards Longmont. Boulder down there on the left somewhere.
And so we might have chances for another American medal this weekend, because we already had Sam Serra crushing it in speed yesterday, taking his first ever medal in World Cup with the bronze.
Yeah, it was so good, that run from Sam. You should go and watch the speed. It was a little bit chaotic, but if you skipped about an hour and a half in, that's the place to go.
And so we have Olga on the last 3 climbers. She qualified exact same than Sina and Lorena. And we saw one, I think she topped the route on the right, and on the left route, the last move was really, really hard. We saw them all 3 try with figure 4 without jumping, and they didn't manage. So I was a bit afraid that the move in the semis will gonna be the same, but actually Catalina showed us that no, guys, that's how you do it. It's not that hard.
Kat is on a different level at the moment. All right, so Olga looking very calm. super composed. You can just almost, I can feel the shell around me, you know, the aura of go away,
sure.
you know, leave me alone. It's business time here.
Like, kind of like Marianne, one of the European climbers, climbing for a long time, a long experience, a lot of finals, a lot of semis, qualified, a lot of medals on the European Cup Tour also.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Experience counts for a lot here, and Olga's one of those. She's athlete rep as well, so very involved with the sport. And great to see
sure. Working a lot with the Willis and the Scottish Dry Tooling Club, and also they have a lot of Polish athletes. I think it was the biggest team on the European Cups this year. So yeah, they really push the sport forward, so it's cool to see.
It'd be great to go to Poland for a World Cup, wouldn't it?
Yeah, for sure. We have a lot of countries where we want to have a World Cup, huh?
Mm-hmm. Agreed. I find the most exotic the better, so I quite like to go somewhere like, let's go to Patagonia.
Yeah, for sure.
Cold down there.
In El Chalten?
Yes, please.
Perfect.
Yeah. All right. Olga has to keep it together down low. It's not tricky down here, but you just need to keep moving. And she's a bit tentative at the moment. And look at that foot. Just not that positive yet with the kicking in.
Yeah, but she's showing us that she's one of the strongest and most experienced athletes, at least this weekend, and she's really calm, and she knows that there is nothing really tricky and hard on this beginning, even though we saw a few early falls. But sometimes it's also, I don't know if there were people it was their first semis. I think Sarah Liley from Canada, it was her first semi. Sometimes when you go on it's the first time you do in observation, it's the first time you don't read the route before, and so it's easier to make mistakes.
Yes, exactly. Once you're not experienced.
Once you've done already 10 semis, you know how it works, you're more calm. So.
But also everything, you know, the warming up process, isolation, what that feels like, you know, it's unique.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, there was David with her, but when you're alone, the only one of your country and the semis, actually, if you're a team, all the time, the rest, if they not qualify, they come to help you to do the warm-up.
Yeah.
I mean, with Tyler, we did the same. We were really a few spots out of semis, so we went to the isolation up to the moment where they read the route. So we were with Kinan, Virgil, Luna and Tristan talking a bit.
So just relaxing them?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they start... no, I think they warmed up, they finished the warmed up after the reading, because when you go, when you qualify first, like Virgil, you have a lot of time to wait. I think we were here at 8 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So
early, isn't it?
Yeah, everyone has a warming up plan. Like some finish half an hour before, some an hour before. But it's the problem. You never know how it's going to work with if the climber will fall low. So that's also sometimes the good thing of starting with the first.
Yeah, the schedule gets speeded up or slowed down, depending, doesn't it? Olga is looking so powerful.
Yeah, for the moment, we didn't have much to say. She was really
just
calm.
Smooth. And this is unique. I mean, now she's getting the legs involved, but before she was just spread out here.
Yeah, and looking at the wall like this, I think we could have also another beta like we saw in the men's qualifier yesterday, like without figure 4 going to swing all your body and kick the both foot before going to the hold.
It's such a thin hold she's going to hit. It's just a little piece of it.
Yeah, a smaller hook. But I think it's a shame that we don't have a more precise picture of it here. But it's I think the way she's taking it is not where it hooks. Like Catalina took it a bit sideways.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. We'll try to get a better shot for you here on this one. Because it is an interesting hold, and you're right with the angle here. We know it's very narrow. That's better to see it, actually.
Yeah, you know.
You can
there's
a hole in it.
Small metal hook.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah, so yeah.
So let's see. Oh, I see. Yeah. So you got to kind of get it, inside that hole? Oh, no, she falls. You can hear the scream before she went. Running out of energy, but she should be in the finals there. 5th place.
Yeah.
So, 2 to go for the women. Lorena Beck and Sina Gertz will finish things off as we come up to 12 o'clock here in Longmont. 4 p.m. is the finals here, so we should be done actually by about 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Early night.
They have the qualified for finals. We'll have a bit of time to rest before the finals.
Yeah, a bit of food.
I can cook something for Virgil and everyone.
What are you going to cook, Virgil?
I don't know, it's chicken, rice, a lot.
Okay, so if he starts throwing up, we'll know it's your fault.
No. I think he always eat the same. And we can see the Liechtenstein team in the background cheering. We have actually we had a brother and a sister today in the semis, okay. Linus Beck and Lorena.
So I just want to look at that scoreboard, because look at Caitlin Connor down in 8th. What a performance from the GB athlete there. I mean, she's got 2 to go. I think she might be pushed out.
Yeah.
But still, very close.
Yeah, for the moment, I think she did 3 semis in a row. I'm not sure, maybe in Korea also. I'm not really sure about this results.
I can't remember about Korea. I know she made...
I'm sure we were in semis together in Champagne and Saas-Fee.
Yeah, definitely Champagne. Saas-Fee, I've forgotten.
Yeah, she's getting stronger every year. Now we can see a lot of sun, and Lorena clearly crushing it this season. Sadly, her sister was not able to make it to this competition.
But both speed climbers as well. They compete in both.
Yeah, and really strong speed and lead climbers. And Lorena, I think it's her 3rd season, I think. But already a lot of World Cup finals, Youth World Champion. She won European Cup. So she's really strong and has the potential to be even stronger and win a lot of World Cups in the future, I think. Yeah,
they have a fantastic climbing wall in their country. They use a big training facility.
And also good, really good team. There is a good mood. Everyone in the team is really nice. Yeah. Only brothers and sisters. Huh? We had the Gantner brothers, both in semis. Yeah. And also Linus, the big brother of Lorena.
We need a new family dynasty to come through for Liechtenstein.
Actually, the country is so small that all the ice climbers, it's half of the citizens of the country. Huh?
I'm glad you said that. I want to go to it. I've only ever driven through it as a country, so I need to go and stay there, experience it. But maybe someone can invite. Are there any climbers in Liechtenstein?
Yeah, we have all the Liechtenstein team, and the others we want to have a competition back in Malboon, in the structure where they train. I think the last was 3 years ago, and they have a really good structure, and we want a European Cup back. So Liechtenstein Federation, if you hear me,
get on it.
Get on it.
Yes, please. So Lorena Beck needs to do her country proud here as she makes her way through. A bit like Olga did, slow down low. I think she knows that this isn't about time, this route.
I think they all know, because we saw when Catalina passed the move, I think they had both had 6 or 5 minutes. No, I don't remember the time. But Catalina topped it with a lot of time. So they know that they don't have to rush to top. And the less you rush, the more you have energy and the more precise you are on the tricky moves. So
I think I prefer, considering, in Saas-Fee, for example, we had a kind of a race situation where it was maybe a bit too easy.
Yeah,
I much prefer this.
Yeah, for sure. It was a Saas-Fee, or maybe, were you in Bern? Yeah, you were commentating in Bern.
I saw it, I wasn't commentating, I was just there. Yeah.
So I saw you. Yeah, we had a few comps over the last year when, as Willis said, we have a meeting just before the comp. For example, Lorena, she topped both qualifiers, she topped semifinals, and I think she just timed out clipping the chain on the finals, but there were girls topping all the routes on the weekend, and you're not even on the podium.
It's not great, is it? We don't want to avoid that.
Yeah, but it's good that I think they listen to us and they are pushing the sport. And we can hear the Liechtenstein team cheering on. The really strong voice of Andy Gantner, always here for his team.
Yeah, usually we can hear Dennis screaming at Marianne, but it's good to hear Liechtenstein.
I think we hear way more Marianne screaming when Dennis is climbing.
You can tell her that when she comes to find you after that. Milan's just looked towards the door in case she's coming in.
I know it's the the people screaming really loud. But we know that the French team, we are not the more quiet.
You're not big screamers?
No, we are big screamers.
Oh, you are big screamers, okay.
So that's why I know Marianne will not be angry.
All right, so Lorena has climbed her way into the crux section here.
Now we can see that on 3 moves, it's...
She doesn't know what to do, does she? She's looking left.
Yeah.
She's got to commit to the box, but it's not obvious, and it's been a long time since she's read the route. She's a bit stuck here.
But I'm not sure, but she might have read the route with Vivienne and Sina, as they all live close. But I think she will go to the box, but yeah, she seems perplexed. And actually, you can see that on this hold, she's not in finals, she's only 13.
She's doing this totally different as well, so she skipped that entire section. Yeah. I'm not sure she can remember where the route goes.
Yeah, but...
I know that sounds crazy.
From the ground, the volume can seem...
yes, it looks too far away almost.
And I think Did Vivienne try to go on the left before?
A few have tried, but Lorena really... and the thing is, when you read it, the rope goes through, right? Yeah. But when you come back after a couple of hours, you're like suddenly lost a bit.
I don't think you're lost, but you can hesitate once you're under...
But she hasn't really looked towards that volume yet.
Yeah, but it might work, huh?
Yes. Will she get the points for that?
I think once she releases the tool...
Yeah, there we go. Wow.
Such a good climb from Lorena and going up to the 3rd spot.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. You can do it.
We knew it was possible to skip this section, but...
The setters said, look, it's risky, but it's there.
Really proving that she can be one of the best.
Wow, could we see a top? I'm not sure where we are on time with this, but we're still got some time, I think.
So
there we go, 1 minute 20.
She's crazy shape this weekend. Hopefully she can keep all this up to the finals and do a World Cup podium. It would be so nice.
She deserves it, eh? She's been coming for a while.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, well, about a minute left for Lorena, which is plenty of time to get this done. And skip the crux, kind of, or made it a new crux. Look at that shake of the head from Kat. She knows how good that was. So Lorena was definitely going to be in in the finals, but where's it going to be? Got to be careful of the edge of that wall. She's really close to the red line.
I know she also changed her tools between last year and this year. Last year she had regular nomics. And
she was climbing in nomics, really? Wow.
Yeah, and she put a longer handle this year. We'll see how she manages to do the...
So she's climbing on a modified nomic?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Actually, there's... you are not commentating, but Yannick Glattard was route setting.
Yep.
He was like climbing with a really aggressive style, really stylish, and he was climbing with like...
Oh
no.
Hops on the hole, big plummet down. I hope she's okay with the wall. She certainly would have come close to that, but I think she's fine.
Really good climb and good skip from Lorena.
Yeah. She fully committed to that sequence as well. That's why I thought she was lost almost, because she just didn't even look at the box. It was like laser.
Really good from her.
Yeah. Well, she's in finals, but no top.
And so Yannick Glattard was climbing with the Fusion, and then there was a period where every Liechtenstein and Swiss climbers wanted to climb on Fusion. And so you can see Florian Gattner, he's still climbing with Fusion, and if you ask him, he will tell you, I will stop competing before climbing without Fusion. So, he's really proud about his tools.
I feel like a sponsor needs to come in and pay him a lot of money to use a different tool just to test that theory. Right, Lorena Beck, great work from her. She will leave the stage in 2nd position, just underneath the top. Kat Shirley, the only one to do that. And just like that, we are on our final athlete. Sina Gertz will be waiting alone in isolation.
Yeah, and she's really unstoppable this year. Like 3 wins, 3 World Cups.
And I don't know if people at home realise this, but she's dealing with a pretty nasty injury as well. You can sometimes see her neck, but she's got an infection of the bone, from what I understand.
Yeah, and it's not the first year already. In Edmonton last year, she had a pretty nasty injury on the shoulder. And she's kind of always dealing with injuries, but she's dealing good because she's winning the World Cup.
She's tough, but really tough, I think.
But let's hope that she can recover in between the seasons, because it's not good. It's not cool to continue competing with nasty injuries like this.
No, agreed. You want to fix up at some point, don't you? Well, Sina should be more than capable here of getting into the finals, I think, with a route like this.
Yeah, she proved us for many, many years that she has the level to go to finals. So now we'll see. It's maybe not. Maybe Marianne is competing for a longer time than Sina, but Sina is the
future, maybe at some point.
Yeah, for a long, long time.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah, we'll be talking about her for a while. So she has a long look just to reread this route, and this is our final athlete out. So at the end of this 6 minutes or so, we will know our top 8, barring appeals, but I haven't heard any appeals going through, so I think we should be okay. And the men's already decided, those athletes having climbed already. So Sina underway. She makes her bid for tonight's finals.
Yeah, so I think it will be the same as Olga and Lorena. We didn't have much to say about the beginning. They are actually cruising it. It's above their level, so it's quite easy for them.
Yeah, and they'll know that probably indicates a hard move to come later on, and they are right about that.
And actually, we have a few tips for knowing where the people before you fell.
Oh yeah, swinging quick draws?
Yeah, swinging quick draws, and when you hear the screams and everything, actually we know where there is a dyno, people will always scream. And
so you can hear that
between the quick draws, the screams, you can actually know a bit where the climber before you was, but you can't know where all the 16 climbers fell.
Yeah, they don't see the scoreboard, they're kept in isolation, but of course, obviously, you can kind of figure stuff out sometimes.
Actually, Sina is proving also that in the sport you can win, like she won all the World Cups she did this year, but her first competition was in Bern, and she didn't qualify for finals.
Oh,
you know?
I do remember.
So that's really proving the point that you can be really, really good, but it's ice climbing, dry tooling. Sometimes you fall.
Yeah, if she can make her way into the final, she's basically guaranteed really a finals play. Sorry, an overall title win.
Yeah,
she's way out in front.
Yeah, but we can see on the leaderboard, it's quite funny that we have such a everyone falls at the same move.
Yeah, and it's coming up, that move. So a couple of sequences. The box is swinging ominously on the right of your screen. A bit of wind picking up here in the stadium now.
Yeah.
Big stretched out move.
So, no, will she skip like Lorena going to the left, or going to the classic?
She's looking left.
Oh yeah. Actually, we've seen Lorena going left and Catalina going right. We've seen two ways, but
I think
one.
Right is safer but longer.
Yeah.
With still a hard move at the end of it, but left is just. I mean, like Lorena just made that move. It was really close to falling.
Yeah, but I don't know if she was that close to falling. I mean, she looked like pretty solid. And sometimes when you have the tool inside, you say, okay, this will work.
This is the one, yeah. Well, Sina has committed to the other direction now, so maybe the more high margin choice here. But this next move is still an absolute beast. But she should be up, she's now into finals, so she should be safe. So that overall title alive and well.
Really at the same spot as her teammate Vivienne. So she doesn't know, but we know that she's in finals, and we see how she deals with this move. Oh, I thought she was going to have it first time.
Close, eh? That looks pretty good though.
And so you were right, there is a hole.
Yeah, you have to. That's why. So actually does fall, but it doesn't matter in terms of the score. She will be in tonight's finals. Head in her hands a little bit, but it's job done for Sina Gertz. She will fight again later on.
Yeah, maybe not really happy about her performance, but it's enough for finals, and she can express herself tonight on the wall.
Yes, she can, and it is a disgusting hold, as we know. Well, Sina Gertz looking shell-shocked out there, deep breaths. I hope she's all right, actually. She looks really...
Yeah.
Oh no, she smiles. I think she just didn't know if she was in or
She
not.
was starting with the Swiss face.
Yeah. All right, well, we'll get confirmation of these results and then we will say goodbye.
Actually, let's take
a
look.
We're about to see it on the board, so we'll wait and see for it to pop up on us, and then we will say goodbye and return around about 4 p.m. Denver time for the finals here tonight. 2 more routes, just 8 athletes left now as they vie for podium places. You can see the women gathering. Let's just wait and see. That's our sponsors.
It was quite of an interesting semis. Men's route with not more than 2 people falling on the same move.
So this is confirmation here. Catalina Connor shoved out of that top 8, as is Haruku. But Annetta will squeak in after that downgrade.
Nice job.
And Kat Shirley up at the top. So Kat Shirley, Lorena Beck, Ema McSwiggan, Marianne van der Steen, Sina Gertz, Olga Kosek, Vivian Labriel and Annetta Luchetska will climb again tonight. That's our top 8 barring appeals.
Good. I mean, except Aneta, it's quite of the OG faces we always see in the finals. Huh?
It's true. And then this is the men's qualifying in top spot is Virgil.
Virgil, Keenan and Benji, the trio on the top spot.
And then Luna and Tristan, the 2 French brothers. Willis, fantastic to see him in 6th. Jonathan Arthur Brown and David Bouffard.
David, my man for Quebec.
Exactly.
Really happy.
Milan, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you,
awesome
Matt.
to have you in the box.
Yeah.
We will return this afternoon, 4 p.m. Denver time for the finals. Thank you for watching, everyone, and we will see you very soon. The sport of competitive ice climbing, fundamentally, is sport climbing with deadly weapons.
I don't know, there's something about it that makes us keep coming back.
It's a sport. The sport's brutal. The whole point in sport is that someone wins and someone loses.
Oh, she's in real trouble here. Look at the effort on her face. Shaking. Hits it and misses.
If you can win the lottery and how lucky you can be to win the lottery, I had exactly the opposite this week.
That's going to be gold. What a moment.
Again, using it a shot.
Oh my goodness. I shouldn't.
No.
My fingers weren't crossed hard enough.
I had my very, very first podium place on the World Cup.
Can she keep it together? Surely not. Oh my God, my shoulders hurt. I know. This could be a top. It should be a top.
Yeah.
And it's going to be.
It's the first stop of the evening.
Marianne, I'd love to see her win a World Cup. She's got to at some point.
I am the American Alpine.
I am the American Alpine.
I'm the American
I am the American Alpine Club.
We're Jetpack Stickers, and we're so excited to be the official sticker sponsors of Winterfest 2025. We're more than just a sticker and label company. We're proud to be a part of this community. We're your neighbors, your friends, and a team of sticker fanatics who love to support artists, craft brewers, and outdoor adventurers like you. Check out jetpackstickers.com or swing by our booth today. Let's celebrate the fearless competitors, the adventurous spirit, and the community that keeps us all stuck together.
When you come to Longmont, it's easy to see the beautiful Colorado outdoors. The parks, the trails, all set against a Rocky Mountain backdrop. But there's so much more to find, like a vibrant downtown, or a museum that's hosted exhibits from Picasso to Lego, or community-owned utilities that include reliable power, abundant water, and NextLight fiber internet, repeatedly recognized as one of the fastest services in the nation. So whether you prefer to spend time making a splash, hanging at the festivals, or on the trails, we think that you'll find Longmont has it all. Longmont, come for the outdoors, stay for, well, everything.
Colorado sun, you keep me warm. You get a little close sometimes, you leave before the storm. I ain't ever built a life all of my own, but I'm glad I found a place I can call home. Ooh, what a sweet little life it is. I ain't ever built a life all of my own, but I'm glad I found a place I can call home. Yeah, I'm glad I found a place I can call home. Yeah, I'm glad I found a place I can call home.